What's big, convoluted, and spans 4 movies? My mom. Sorry, I just wanted to say that before we started.
That was a good one, Pino.
Thank you.
And that's going to be our opening bit.
I thought the one before was our opening bit.
No, this one's our opening bit.
Shinji, get the damn robot!
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
How tired is he?
I'm so tired that I'm gonna take a nap.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Betty Bob.
But we just watched our new favorite 4 movies.
Yeah, the Indiana Jones trilogy. I mean, quadrilogy.
Yeah.
I like the Crystal
You see the
Skull.
You see the
I like
part
the
where he was in the refrigerator?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my favorite part.
guys, welcome to the Funky Anime Podcast. I don't have enough mental capacity. This is already going to be a long episode, and I don't want to give any more of my time to Evangelion than I have to. So, guys, this is the Funky Anime Podcast. The one who's sitting in the corner being a little baby in a little baby position. Well, that's Pino.
I'm a baby. Woo.
The one playing the funny little Game Boy type looking thing. That's Garb.
Stop looking at me. Do your own shit.
And
I'm a baby.
I'm playing a
guys,
game.
I died in the pod. I exploded. I had a choker around me and I exploded. That's me, Chuck. Hi guys.
Hey, someone
Hey,
pass me the tang.
He's the gabagoo.
I became Gabagoo pretty quickly. Oh boy.
Who's hogging the
Hey
Fanta?
guys, this is the last time
Ever.
we're gonna talk about.
Parentheses, maybe.
Yeah, we are maybe done. No, the parentheses is you are not done, and we'll never escape.
Can that be the name? Can
Yeah,
that be the
absolutely. That's the name. You are not done, or we are not done.
We're stuck in the time
Guys,
loop
what
with
if we
them too.
simply just released another episode after this of like another Evangelion video?
Could it be it has to be about the game.
I don't have that kind of time.
We can make a video about their cool drip and the promotional stuff.
Yeah, we fill about an hour and a half of just talking about how they dress.
Yeah.
Just re-release the quiz.
Just
release that as its own
what
bit.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut up the first 3 episodes and make them completely different from what we talked about, and then re-release that as 100.44 plus 1.0, and then I
Don't
will
forget to
What,
omit
Pino?
important things that I say,
yes,
and then gaslight your audience.
absolutely.
Think that I said it.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be great, guys. This is the Funky Anime Podcast. Before we go any farther, before I forget about things, I'd like to thank our cool patrons who did this. Thank you, Cosmos,
do
Anime of
anything.
the
We
Week,
did.
Mega Lazy Dude, Cream Puff, and Greta. Thank you guys and Krim. Thank you guys for making us suffer.
Hey, they didn't pick it. We remember we consciously picked.
No, they pushed.
we as a
true.
collective.
No,
We as a collective.
Yeah, it was kind of
they pushed. They,
instrumentality.
no,
a
but
little
they
bit of
pushed
both.
us towards it.
It was a little
They pushed us
instrumentality.
toward it.
Yeah, like
It's
Gendo.
okay, we already talked
I
about
hate
that.
Gendo. Guys, we watched
It's over with
guys,
now.
we watched Evangelion
Parentheses.
1.11, 2.22, 3.33, and 3.0 plus 1.0. They're all garbage.
Wow.
I don't know about
I'm
that.
I'm being a little salty, but I don't like them.
Okay.
But
It's
guys,
okay. He's got the right. He's hosting.
guys, this is the whole reason why I wanted to host these, because I knew I would have very strong opinions one way or the other. So here we are. Before we go any farther, how do Garb? How doing?
It's a pretty good day, actually. I planted a sago palm.
Wow.
So
Sago.
it's a pretty good day. Sago palm.
Good.
That's cool. What is a sago palm?
Yeah. It's okay, so imagine a palm tree.
Okay.
But imagine that it's like a bush, so it's just the top of it, just really low to the ground.
That's adorable.
And they're really prickly, but I like them.
Okay. I mean, hey, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. To each their own.
Yeah. And so I need to put more stuff out there, but that's see how that guy goes out in that spot. So, how about you, Pino?
Me? What have I been doing? Let's see. Let me think. What have I been doing? Oh yeah, after diving into such a huge series that I never thought I'd watch, I decided to dive into other series I thought I'd never return to. So I jumped back into JoJo Part 5.
Yippee!
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's all right, I guess. I still don't like Narantia. I don't like the boy. Sorry.
You don't like him having a Aerosmith or whatever the hell they named it in the dub? Little bomber? Yeah, little bomber.
Little poopy? No, he's a little poopy. Dude.
little shitty guy, little stinky
A
man.
little shitty guy. I only like Giorno.
Dude, he
about it.
drinks
Yeah,
piss.
he's
He's kind of
kinda-
based.
He's
I
the-
like
he's-
what's his face, Coconut Head, Bucciarati, but he's not around. He's not around in these episodes. He's just there.
Yeah.
Dude, Zipper Man?
Almost like he's a capo.
Like him and Giorno are easily the peaks of part 5, but yeah, you barely see Bucciarati.
For some of it.
And-
He's there for other parts.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's all about Sex Pistols.
Yeah, Mista's the best.
Mista's
yeah,
goated.
Sex Pistols- I
Mista's
forgot about
doesn't
Sex
miss
Pistols.
effort.
That was funny.
I think they did. Someone did a calculation on how many times Mista shoots his gun and how many times he actually hits, and he hits like no times. Like Mista's, what is it?
Well, there's
Don't
sentient.
YouTube.
You know how-
Don't look
Oh,
up.
I missed.
Don't look up Mista, by the way.
Dude, it's a hard knock life. I bet you there's already an edit with that song.
Yeah.
It's just him shooting.
Wait, let me see. Yeah, in celebration of the upcoming Part 5 anime, I decided on how many times Mista was injured by his own bullets or gunfire.
No. No.
In total, Mista was
do
shown
this
to be
to you.
injured 38 times over all of Vento Arreo. Out of these, 35 were caused by his own bullets or gunfire. That would be about 92% of all of his injuries.
Nice.
He's an idiot.
dude.
He's so stupid. I love him.
But he's our idiot.
I know, that's why I love
Well,
him,
and-
because he's so dumb.
But at least he's not an
And
airhead.
soon-
like
That's
Naranjo.
true. Well,
man's
Naranja's just
stupid.
just like actually the dumbest.
Yeah. Don't know why that was a character choice. Anyways,
Maybe
part
someday
5
part
music.
6
good.
Part
will
5
come
is
out.
great. I love Part 5. Oh, hey, yeah.
Yeah, how about you?
I've been doing good. Well, now that I'm done with Evo, I'm much better.
doing it well.
Doing it and doing it. I'm doing it well. I have pizza in front of me. But I can't eat that because I'm hosting.
Put it in a box.
It
He
stares
stares
at
at me. I look at him, and he looks at
He
me, and I look at him. He looks at me, and I look
He
back
said,
at
"Baby,
him.
give me that pizza. I just want to have a bite."
But I gotta host the podcast. Oh boy, Weird Al Shinji is the icon.
No.
you. Yes. Just put the hair on him.
Just,
Oh, that'll
just
look
the
so
curly
dumb.
hair.
Oh, I can't wait.
They should have had
It's
polka
dumb.
music in this.
But yes, we watched. If you guys didn't know, oh yeah, I'm doing fine. You know, I don't know.
I don't know.
Eva.
You sound like you just kind of.
I'm just having a week. I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's Monday.
Garfield was
Monday
right.
Again, Garfield, baby.
But yeah, so we watched the Rebuild movies, which are 4 movies. I don't know why they made them. Besides, I like money.
Well,
But-
I feel like it's in the title, right? Rebuild. They're rebuilding the
Yeah,
series.
but
They're
it
making
is-
a new- they're
You
making a
can,
new
but
one.
you cannot redo.
But they do redo though, because
they did do redo.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that this was made because Eva is popular and they wanted to make money.
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know.
I know. People say that it's like, oh, it's Anna wanting to do it without like money and time restrictions and technology. And I'm like, no.
But I mean,
I
they did
saw
take
the
10
zoom
years.
ins.
Mm-mm.
I saw
I saw the
lazy
coochie
parts.
shots. You can't get past me, Eva. I saw
Oh
it.
right, that was. Let's not. I threw that out of my mind when that.
But
happened.
yeah, so I think how I'm going to format this is I'm going to talk about just like production of all of them. And
Yeah, when did they all come out?
yeah, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk about all those, and then we can go deeper into each one slowly but surely, because I'll have more things to say as we go on. So, so just quickly, Evangelion 1.0, you are parentheses not alone. That came out in 2000.
I thought it was 1.11.
Well, 1.11 is
No,
the
no.
director's
Wait.
cut. We all watched the director's cut
Jesus fuck.
because it's better.
Okay.
Well, not better. It's
Okay.
literally like it's 2 minutes longer.
Okay, all right.
That makes it
Continue.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, made by Gainax, dubbed by no, it was actually the studio that made it was Kara, who we know from. Okay, I don't want to sort by newest. I want to sort by score, please.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. But I don't know.
They produced Darling in the Franxx. Yeah.
Ah. Oh, they're producers.
Well, no, but
Ah.
they made the Eva movies, or at least they did
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, and 3+1. So, but they produced other. I don't know. I don't know what they do.
What the dog?
What the dog doing?
What did Eva do?
Yeah. So
What they even do?
1 came out 2007. 2 came out in 2009. 3 came out in 2012, and 3.0 plus 1.0 came out in 2021. Literally
Wow,
like
that-
a year from like a week ago or 2 weeks ago
What?
That is a really long time
to
Between-
get that.
those movies. To get that, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Long time coming.
I don't
mean,
I don't know how to feel about
Yeah.
that. I feel sorry for the Eva fans, actually.
I think the Eva fans are.
The Eva fans deserve to get shit on.
No.
This does not reflect
Uh,
any Pino's opinions.
Yes, it does.
Maybe a little bit.
If
but
you
We'll
like-
see.
we all like trash here and there. It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, except Chuck, who only watches the absolute
I am
goodest,
only
and
I
that
am
is-
based and
Right, like Kenmo friends.
yeah,
That's the
Pino,
goodest
you
anime I've ever
you
seen,
watched a
dude.
clip previously and you were like, "Oh yeah, this is pretty good." Shut
No,
up.
No, that was Eurocamp.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
No, it
was.
wasn't.
it
I
was.
showed you. I'm
Yes, it
looking for
was.
my friend scene. You're like, "Oh, this is
No.
pretty good."
The only
No, it
thing
reminds me of good
Pino
memories.
liked. Yeah. The only thing we all liked from Kimono Friends was when Serval had the
machine.
edit with
You
the
didn't.
machine.
You didn't like Boss
He doesn't talk to me. Why would I like him?
Yeah.
because he's a funny little guy.
Doesn't talk to me.
No.
Why would we? Why would?
I know
why
you're a
would
funny little guy and he's a funny little guy. You guys should be best friends.
Yeah, but we don't talk.
but Pino
We
will
don't
talk to me.
anymore.
I'm
Not
I'm
talking.
simply based. Anyway, yeah, so we do those. I only watch good anime and it made me suffer through this. But also, by the way, interesting things on Mal. I just wanted to go through the Mal rankings of each movie because this is actually a
Wow.
little interesting.
Sorry.
Yeah.
1.0 got an 8.02.
Okay.
2.0 got a 8.32. 3.0 got a 7.62.
That's a little generous.
Yeah, yeah. And then 3.0 plus 1.0 got 8.65. I think that's recency bias. I feel like as we continue, it will go down.
I think it'll go up. What do you
No.
mean? The last movie was still good.
No, but it's always recency bias. Once people start watching it more and more, It usually goes down. That's usually how these rankings
I don't
work.
know. That movie's actually pretty good.
It's okay. It's the best out of the 4, and that's not saying much.
I think it's saying a lot, actually, compared to the third movie, but we'll get there.
No, I'm simply cooler and more epic. But anyway.
No, you're simply taller, and that's you're
cooler.
taller.
But yes, so just going over some quick facts. Ano, the creator, who we've talked about a little bit, but I will probably be bringing him up a lot more. Ano started working on the Rebuild films in the fall of 2002, and then had to do a bunch of other different projects. But then in December 2006, he said that he was happy to finally recreate Eva as he wanted it to be. That's an actual quote, as he wanted it to be in the beginning, and that he was no longer constrained by technological and budget limitations. All the schedules experienced many delays, and
yeah, you could say that again.
Yeah, it is. And also, the release schedule had many delays, where the first film was pushed from its original summer release to fall. Second was shifted from 2018 to 2019. The third film was supposed to be released in summer of 2008. Was actually released in fall 2012. And then in 2019, the final film was supposed to release in June 2020. We all know how that happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and also the whatchamacallit. Ano was going to release like one more film, but since he was working with Shin Godzilla, he had to delay the film. 3.0 plus 1.0, as we know now. And he said that for this one, he wanted to open up the franchise in the future to new creators, but 3.0 plus 1.0 was intended to be his final Evangelion work. So this...
Okay. So that's his final
yes,
Evangelion.
I hope it's the final Evangelion work ever.
I can't wait for the sequel to the video game. That's gonna be cool.
What? Judge the Evangelion 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The School Rumble.
Don't you dare talk about School Rumble.
It's a play on words. I couldn't think of any other word.
What was the name of the giraffe?
Oh, Piotr.
Yeah, Piotr. Anyway, but yes, so Rebuild was created basically as an alternative retelling of NGE, and so this is the alternative to Evangelion, and that's actually something I want to touch on before we go into the specific movies themselves. As it is billed as like an alternative story, and like, oh, you can watch this without having to watch the original series, because it was intended to be more accessible and understandable to non-fans of the original series.
And I think it was.
I don't think so.
Yeah. No, I think it was much easier
to
follow.
Well, it was easier to follow, but I still felt that you would need to watch the original series to get the most out of this.
You mean the most confused out of it? That's what you mean.
No.
Yeah, I think actually if you didn't watch the original, you would probably be less
No, but
confused.
there's so many things that you wouldn't get though from these movies.
Really.
Not really.
But like,
I mean, they
actually
kind of like gloss over a lot of stuff still.
If anything, you would need to watch End of Eva between like 1
but
and
also,
2. But
if you're gonna have to watch End of Eva, you need to watch the original series.
That's true.
But you just watch the movie.
No.
Just watch the recap.
No.
You know that's what people do. You know deep down inside people have done that.
But that's not. Oh my goodness. Because
you still have to do some. Yeah.
I don't like this franchise. I think people understand it at this point. I don't think Evangelion's very good, but I feel like if you wanted to get things out of these movies specifically, if you hadn't watched the original series, I feel like you would be even more confused, as these characters do not get as much development as they do in the show, and it feels very stagnant, especially with some characters, aka Shinji for the fucking last movie where he just was a little bitch baby for 30 minutes. And it I don't know. I just had.
Let's put it this way. Here's what the let me read you an excerpt from the Eva Geeks wiki for Evangelion 3.33, the FAQ. This is a compilation of frequently asked questions about the film Evangelion 3.0 you can not redo. With any luck, it will assuage some of the confusion that watching this movie produces. I think that sums it up pretty well.
If you need a wiki to explain to me what your show is, you did bad job.
I can agree there.
Is that not
very...
a radical statement?
No, that's I mean, like, for those who do wish to, understand more of the series and actually enjoy looking things up, I'm glad that's all you like. I'm glad you like to research, but if it's not clearly if it's not clearly transmitted through the media, I don't think you did a good job. I think it's messy. Maybe they've just had a wild production kind of
a la the entirety of this series.
Well,
yes.
I only have an issue with one of the movies.
I have an issue with every single
the anime I have the issue with the anime, and not so much with the
End of Eva is the only good part of this franchise.
I don't know. I don't even know if I consider that a movie. It's just 2 episodes.
No, it's a movie. It was released theatrically as a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie, but it is pretty much just
but so was Boss Baby.
The extra episode 27 and
No. 8. It was not though. It was released theatrically with a theatrical budget to be the end of Evangelion.
I'll show you a theatrical budget.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I got 4 movies.
Yeah, and they all blew. Anyway, guys, let's talk about Evangelion 1.0. You are not alone.
But I am.
Guys, this is just episodes like 1 through 8 of the original series with only a little bit of change here and there. So this is...
Yeah, and they cleared some things up. And kind of laid the foundation more...
But they also removed a lot of things.
Well, they cut out a lot of things that weren't really needed.
Yeah.
But they cut out the cool things.
They cut out the stuff that were cool, but didn't also... I feel like they still didn't add anything to it.
Also, they added bad 3D.
I mean, that's given.
At least they were, until like 3.0 and 1... they were pretty good about only using it on...
Shout out to the awful
inanimate
mocap in
objects.
3.0 plus 1.0, huh?
Oh, it's so... I can tell. It was
I don't
so
like that
ugly.
at all.
Oh, and it was like the big final battle, and it looks so silly.
Awful. But yeah, so... Actually, if you look on Eva Geeks, this is where a lot of us will probably be referencing information and other sources. They do have a really good guide on the shot comparison that they have for specifically the 1.0 movie and the first 6 episodes of Eva, because there are just a bunch of different aspects. So basically, just to quickly go over the plot, it's 2015, guys. Second Impact has already happened. Shinji's at Tokyo 3 to go see his daddy. And while he's there, he meets Misato. There's a big old fight. And he's like, oh no, I need to get away. And so he has to get in the Eva. And then he does. And then the Eva go cray-cray.
Yep, and that pretty much all...
Yeah, it's almost the same for this, basically.
Yeah, but the way they met Misato was different.
Really?
Actually,
Was it?
I like this.
No.
Yeah.
Kind of, she pulls up a little differently.
She pulls up in the car and then she leaves.
Yeah, and they got... I don't know. I thought
it felt a little different.
I could be full of
Don't
shit. Worry. It felt... I liked it better in this.
And then Shinji's in the hospital. He sees his friend Toji beat him up. Okay, wait. I'm
wow. Are you take a breather?
I'm struggling here.
It's only the first movie.
I know.
It's
I'm
only the first
having a
movie,
rough
buddy.
time.
Let's go.
But so basically, another one of my issues, because this is what always happens in movies that are trying to adapt a full longer series, and that's why I don't like recaps a lot, is that you lose this development. And through this, we still see some key scenes of specifically like Toji beating up Shinji, and then we see Shinji running away, but like we barely get any school stuff. We get like none of it. And
I mean,
like
do we really need
yes,
it?
to further flesh out Shinji as a character.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
It flesh out. It did flesh out.
It
Asuka
fleshed out
too.
everyone
She really
there.
didn't.
I feel like it was such a miss when they kind of removed some of that importance, because we don't even, it's like it's different. So, there are some points that or some aspects that aren't the same as the original, but like especially
the first movie's a little more focused. We don't get Asuka in this first movie, if I remember.
No,
correctly,
we don't.
right?
We get her right at the
I don't
end,
think so.
which
We
is
just
also
get,
dumb.
We get Rey and we get Shinji.
Yeah, which
So
I do
like that. It's more
appreciate
focused.
that it was a little more focused. I think that's why this isn't as egregious for me. But we see Lilith for the first time, and then
Lilith
Yeah,
without
they
those
did a
beady
much better
eyes.
job.
yeah,
Yeah, they introduced some of the crazy shit a lot better.
Oof. What? Let me see. Yeah, we get to do the sniper, and then like the final fight is it's a little prism angel where they shoot the guy, but then Rey's like, I need to go fight and I need to be safe. And then he opens up her cockpit again, and he, like, smile for me, and then she does. And then at the end we get the most change. We go up to the moon, and we get to see Karu come out of a box in the moon.
Yay!
And then that's it.
The boy.
And that's it. That's the
Yeah.
first movie.
Yeah,
And you had to wait years.
Not much
were you
change
saying?
in there. I like that it's not too heavy on too many things. They explained almost nearly everything at the beginning when Shinji was going into the into Ner for the first time, which I greatly appreciated. It wasn't like, hey, you're in a robot.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not in a robot. You're in a
Yeah.
coma now. Hey, you're awake. Oh,
Well,
there's
like,
an unfamiliar roof.
I feel like they definitely omit some of the extra fluff that they didn't need. That made me angry
Yeah.
when I was doing it, which I greatly appreciate. But also, I feel like these movies in general take out a lot of the mystery. That like,
But
Was
we
there
were
really
complaining about the mystery.
No.
Was there really mystery
No.
in the anime? No, I
No,
don't
see,
think
the
so.
thing is, the thing between mystery and me not understanding
questions.
is that they tell us things and say things to me, and they're like, okay, now you should understand this right away. The mystery part is when they like show don't tell,
They still have
but
that.
not as much.
But
Yeah. If you have
it's
too much, you get
also-
the anime, and it's terrible.
yeah. We'll smack you.
No, it's just I don't know.
That could have smack you.
I just
Why did Rey slap Shinji? Character question. Because Shinji was being disrespectful and questioning of his father.
yeah.
I
Oh,
can't believe it.
why does Shinji see Rey on the street in the beginning of the movie? Unknown.
No, happens to be there.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I love this.
What are the
movie so
coffins
much.
seen on the moon? Unknown. Like, come on, guys.
At the time,
But like, we also don't know. It's only speculation.
that's the word I hate the most in this particular anime.
Unknown.
series.
Why did
Speculation.
Eva 00 go berserk? Unknown. What is the giant shock mark silhouette on the ground? Unknown.
Well, it's good to know that someone else is as confused as I am. That even the Eva geeks don't understand.
Well, I mean, when was this
what's
last
happening.
updated though?
I mean, there's not really.
Who knows?
I think at least.
I need to look at the forum. There's a discussion page.
September
Oh, no.
2021. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Well,
boss man.
Okay,
Unknown.
correct.
I don't know. overall, this movie, I just feel like was a lot of the original, so I don't have too bad to say about it, but for me, it felt rushed in sections, and that's why I don't like movie adaptations of of media that I
I would
already
have
know
liked it
about.
a little. I would have liked it a little longer. That's what I will say. I would have liked it maybe not as long as the last movie, but
The last movie
maybe
was
just
a bit
Yeah,
long.
you want another 2.5 hours?
I just...
yeah.
Oh, I
I'm
can get you another
saying,
2.5
like I've
hours.
said every time, just give us hour-long episodes and give us like 8 of them. And then that'll be great. But they don't, because they hate us.
But I personally enjoyed like watching through the first movie. It was just easier to get. It was just
Yeah,
it was just
It
straightforward,
flowed.
and that's what I liked.
it was well paced,
Mhm.
and honestly, just that alone makes it better.
I had more fun watching that than the entirety of the anime, the the other recap, and just slightly End of Eva.
Mm,
I will say I don't think the animation was
No.
as good,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is
that's
Animation
that's
sucks,
actually the one thing I did
but-
want to talk about. Thank you for bringing that up. Without
Shit.
the 90s anime art style, it just looks like a generic anime. Like it doesn't
Kinda
feel
does.
like it
I
has a
will
lot
have
of
to-
visual identity beyond the Evas.
But that is the generic.
Yeah,
That is the generic mech. 2000s mech anime though, 90 or late 90s,
No,
right?
That's
not
true.
really.
you know.
What other
it's just that
90s?
it's all, it,
Mech show other than Gundam.
Yeah, you can't just say other than Gundam. That's the whole mecha genre. What are you talking
They're
about?
both generic. they're generic because they're the grandfathers, right?
What?
Never mind.
well,
You-
they're, yeah, I guess just because they kind of been
No, like
homogenized
the
into
Big
everything
O.
else, too.
The Big O has such a more...
Never heard of it.
Well, see, Pino, you can't say, tell me something else,
That's a
and I
liar,
tell you
I'm-
something else, and then you go, nah, never
Just
heard
kidding.
of it."
I watched it. I watched it actually. I'm a
It's
liar.
true.
I'm
It's-
double lying.
I can't believe this, Pino.
A double
But,
agent.
like, I don't know.
Call
It
me
just
Pino
doesn't...
Iscariot.
It doesn't look as good. Like, it just feels off when I was watching it, you know? Especially the first two
it
movies.
did at first.
The first two movies that
definitely
are things
did.
that we've seen before are, like, relatively close.
And you're just seeing them again.
Yeah.
the
Just with
worst
more
for the
color.
most part.
But also
Yeah,
less
there's more
grime,
color.
though. I like the grime.
I don't like the.
I like the
grime.
hand-drawn grime of it all.
They really upped the color on the last
Yeah.
one too.
Mm-hmm.
But this is also post Kill la Kill Eva, so at that point. So, like,
They love crosses.
yeah. And rainbows on
Okay,
outfits.
guys. Do we want to talk about 2.22 now?
No.
No.
Guys, I really don't like this one. I think this is maybe my least
What?
favorite out of the 4.
Let me guess, because there's no DDRC.
Well, okay. So, in this movie, they introduce us to Asuka, Kaji, and...
whoa!
and-
Not just any Asuka. This is Asuka Langley Shikinami, right?
Her name's Asuka.
That's the one.
And we also meet Mari.
You come on, dude. All
Wait,
right.
wasn't it even the second Asuka?
What?
I'm getting ahead
You
of
need to stop.
ourselves.
But, so, this whole freaking shit introduces us to these 3 characters, and that's the focus to go into the third impact, or the near third impact, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, we're introduced to Asuka, right? And then we get nothing. We don't get really any time to sit with Asuka and, like, learn about her as a character, because they were like, no, we need to also introduce this other pilot. Who's this one? Marketable character. We need another female for Shinji. And
this one has big tits.
we get Mari.
And glasses.
And I'm like, and this character serves no purpose.
Dude, I love Mari.
I don't know.
I don't know
I
about
kind of
that.
like that they gave us someone else to focus the attention on.
But
other
they
than
don't,
Shinji,
though.
So I'll
She's
take
in it for probably 10 minutes.
What do you mean? She
Yeah,
had a cool
I was a
fight
little
at the beginning.
And then she comes in a
Yeah.
parachute, and that's it. That's all we
Dude, and
get.
she smells
kinda
you.
do that to
That's
her
so
multiple-
memorable.
Pino, I don't even remember that she smelled him. I just knew that she fell
How
on
do you
him.
not remember that? She's like, you smell like LCL.
Yeah. And I was
Oh,
just like,
yes.
that's kind of weird.
Yes, it's dumb. It's dumb. It's bad.
How come I remember that?
Because I try to not
I
think
never
about
remember
Eva
shit.
as much as possible anymore. So we see in the opening, we see Mari fight in a nerve base in the Eva Unit 05, and they're fighting, and they fighting. Kaiji's also
They really
there.
do be fighting, huh?
And then we get the Shinji and Gendo at the grave scene. And then we just see fucking goddamn Asuka fall from the sky. We don't even get the cool boat scenes. And that makes me upset because that was a really cool fight scene. Kaiji brings a fucking fetus to goddamn Gendo and it's like, here you go. The key to Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
That was bizarre.
Didn't they bring up they brought up the key like
At the
a
end.
couple of times?
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh right, they did say that, didn't they?
Well, once again, Eva's favorite trope of telling you the thing twice and then making it pivotal the third time they say it, and they never explain it. We love that. Oh my god, we get this really, really dumb. I don't know why they added this. Section where Shinji and his classmates go to the aquarium preservation place where like the last marine animals are kept alive and to make sure that they're all right.
There was a point to that.
Why?
There was a
though.
point to that.
What was
though.
the point?
Because Shinji was told by Kaji, like, this is what the Earth smells like. And then in 3.0 plus 1.0...
But you don't need to have a whole
mention it
20-minute
again.
scene just for him to say, smell the earth, motherfucker.
I don't know. I mean, you gotta get them there, and you have to...
Well, but we already get another scene
show
with
it.
Gendo of them watering the crops, so why don't they do it then? And why do you need to bring all the other characters that it really doesn't develop anyone besides no one? Like, because even at that point, Toji... Oh, yeah, by the way, Toji doesn't pilot the 04 anymore. Which I hate, which I think is so dumb. Because that...
I don't know.
You add more characters, and you remove plot relevance from the characters as well, and you don't give it to anyone else. You give it to Asuka, which doesn't do anything.
No, they brought in
Yeah,
Mari.
but the anime put him in the robot, and then we just don't go back to him ever, even though he's alive. Like,
Well, because
we go back
he
to him
leaves.
once,
He
and
has
then
to
that's it.
leave. But, like, the whole...
He's in the hospital that entire time.
No, they leave. They say that he left
It's like
with
fucking
everyone.
Kakyoin.
When everyone evacuated,
though.
he left it with them.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. I feel like-
it's peas in the same pod. They
No,
did
it's
the same
not, though,
thing
because...
here, just
no,
differently.
Yeah.
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
think-
no. That's not real.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of that 04 thing with Shinji is that Shinji does not know who is inside that Eva. And his whole thing is he does not want to attack or kill another human. And so that whole thing with Misato not telling him and her having that guilt with her just doesn't happen. All that happens is that it's,
they
it's
replace it with
Asuka, and then they fight, and that's it. There's like no real emotional toil to that for any other character. And so it...
Still get the
I don't
same
know.
effect, though.
I
I mean, he
feel
still
like-
does it against his will.
No, but it removes...
Yeah,
it
it doesn't- it
removes
doesn't matter
from
who's
the
in
other
the other one.
characters.
Yeah,
We
but
complained
again,
about it
Toji,
whenever
how
it was
important was he in
Toji.
the other one?
Huh?
Really?
Yeah,
how
we just
important was he in
complained
the
about
other?
it.
No, but it's more so bringing that whole thing together about like Toji is his friend, but he doesn't know that he's in the mech, and it's the layers of Eva that they take away from these movies.
I don't think so. They just moved that miscommunication with Shinji into another movie, into another scenario where
What?
they just don't tell him
Yeah.
shit.
No,
In
no, that
3.3,
doesn't. No,
They're
no,
still doing
Yeah.
the same effect.
It does,
Yeah,
though.
no,
they
but
are.
this
It's the
that
same thing.
specific scenario.
They just moved it.
Specifically
They
with
just
no,
moved it.
The whole thing is-
specifically with
They had to
Misato.
shift all the parts. They had to shift all the parts.
No,
around.
Yeah,
okay,
because they
but Misato has
rebuilt.
Misato has a kid this
No,
time.
but-
so they gave us the extra
no,
gut
but
punch. No,
Look, just because it's not
They just had
it's
to
not a
shift it
remake,
around.
it's not a remaster. It's you're rebuilding it. It's different. It has to be
they
different.
had to shift things around. Yeah.
But it just doesn't make sense.
So it's gonna have to be a little different. I mean, but they actually made Toji relevant in the end. So
Yeah.
Well, but you
They
didn't
made
have
Toji better in this movie than they did
not
in
in
the
this
anime.
movie.
Not well in
Yeah,
this
not
movie
in
series.
this-
In this
Mm.
in this
Okay,
part of the
yeah.
franchise, they make
Well, in
Toji
the last
a better
movie.
character.
In the last movie.
yeah,
We're what are we? We're rating the entire thing,
Yes,
right?
we
We're
are.
rating.
yeah.
Then that's that's how I'm going to consider it. The entire
Yeah.
series.
It is just, I don't know. I just felt like this was a subpar telling of the same type of story compared to the show. And I believe me, show kind of blows too.
I mean, this definitely was the weakest
Yeah.
of the four.
And-
I don't remember too much of this one, except the fact that I remember watching this years ago, and it was the water scene
Yeah,
on Toonami.
Yeah, the only, like, I guess, cool part, but even then it's kind of weird, was when Mari crashes into the shelter after Shinji was like, I'm running away again, so I'm gonna go sit in a shelter, and then he runs to, like, save Rei or whatever. And he's like, I will pilot the EVA! And then he creates the near third
And they're like-
impact, but then he gets...
Yeah, that was like the ending.
Yes.
I really like how the whole series, the original, they were like, Shinji, get in the robot. And then finally, we eventually get to the point of people saying, Shinji, do not get in the robot.
Please exit
Please,
the
for the
facility.
True
sake of
character
everyone.
development.
Exit
truly.
the vehicle.
Yeah, man.
I still like the ending of 2.22222222, whatever it's called.
It's just, there's just two twos.
I feel like you need to watch End of Eva after that one to then understand 3. But yeah, I did think that it all of these had more satisfying conclusions because they all kind of wrapped together.
Well, that's
least sort
one
of.
of the things that I always have an issue with is that, like, due to the fact that they are theatrical releases, they need to try to have an ending, like, to an
Yeah.
arc at some point, but they all just feel weak in comparison to, like, for me at least, like, End of Eva, you know, is still my, like, point where, like, that's how you, like, wrap up the story, and, like, you know, even to a point in the show a little bit, but, like, it's a show, so, like, you're not looking for like a full conclusion until the end of it, but you have to get it through each movie on this, so it's a bit more difficult. I don't know, it's weird. I'm looking at
I
them.
don't know.
Yeah.
I like all the endings of the movies, though. I mean, like,
It's pretty okay. I like the ending because
They tie them together.
it has, like, the scene where he needs to go save Rei, and then he's like, and then we learn later that he was stuck in the fucking thing for 14 years.
Yeah, I like the part where Misato was just like, Shinji, just do it for you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you know,
be happy, make it your own.
believe me, I like the last 5 minutes, but the last 5 minutes is not enough to save a movie.
Oh no, I know, but I'm just saying, there's still some good stuff in here.
Yeah,
I think.
there's some
not a lot
stuff.
of it.
Yeah, you got to really go looking for it.
Because again, like I said earlier, I don't remember much of 2. 2 kind of just flew by.
Very fair.
1, 3, and then 4 are the ones that I remember the most.
Dude, I remember they talked about the Vatican Treaty once, and they're like, and I'm looking at it, it's like, what's the Vatican Treaty? The Vatican Treaty is law by all nations that prohibits any region from owning and operating more than 3 EVAs at a time. Didn't know that. Fucking, I don't know, man.
Can we talk about the most egregious movie now?
Oh, 3?
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't have anything else to say about 2, so let's fucking go to it.
Gotcha. To preface, let me just remind everybody, when I finished the 3rd movie, I was like, this is pretty good. And now that we're going to talk about it, I'm going to kind of be a little upset.
Yeah?
Yeah. I did feel like 3 and +1 did conclude pretty well, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Hey, guys.
it's still
Guys,
Eva,
Eva
so it's still
3.0, you cannot redo, even though they're redoing it. This is the movie that happens 14 years after 2015, so 2029 is when this happens. And this is the first movie that truly separates itself from the original series. So
Yeah.
like I can finally like kind of focus on it a little bit more without having the nagging in my back of comparing it.
That was a funny noise. I like that.
Thank you. I did
We
great.
isolate it.
No. So basically, like I said before, Shinji's been in the stupid Eva for a while, and then he gets shit out apparently.
Yeah. But before he gets shit out, that was a cool opening bit with Mari and a Punish Snake. I mean, Asuka in space.
Which one was that?
I thought that was a cool little section there.
What happened to them? What were they doing?
They were recover. Well, from what I understood, they went to recover Shinji or something.
Oh, yeah.
From the Eva.
Yeah, salvaged. Yeah, Shinji from 01.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then giving him a choker.
He became soup.
He was primordial soup.
Soup, yummy, yummy.
No, it was just tomato soup. I don't want tomato soup anymore now that I mentioned it.
Dude,
This movie makes
No.
I'm turned off of the color red.
Man.
No, I'm kidding. I want soup.
So like we go through this extraction of Shinji. We learn that like Asuka specifically hasn't really grown at all. 'Tis the curse of the Eva apparently. And you know, that's really just an excuse to keep the characters the same so you don't have to make them look like they've grown up at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's well also
Curse of the Eva.
I've heard of like people saying like this is Anno saying that you know, you can't like people are so tied up with these characters you can't change them or develop them more. But like I
say do it.
But I also don't know if that's real. I would appreciate more development.
Yeah.
Uh
Like I'm glad that amount of time passed. We said it was like 14
It's
years
14
that
years,
passed
yeah.
since if we saw them older, like physically older and like maybe more scarred other than Asuka with an eye patch, like that would be I'd be down with that always.
yeah.
Give me growth.
And we do see it with like other characters.
Yeah.
So why? I don't get it. It's so
Yeah,
dumb.
this is my second least favorite of the
Curse of the Evas.
of them. But so we get them in the big ship called like the AAA Wunder.
The thing that's not as cool as the Gurren knife ship.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the transformation
That was made
kinda
from
cool.
like
It's okay.
yeah. It was like made from Unit 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like their little they had the Doflamingo
Oh, guys,
kind of
do we want-
marionette going on.
Yes, guys. Do we want to talk about some of the awful design choices for Misato?
What?
Her outfit? I
Wait a
don't
second.
like her outfit.
You don't like her military
No,
outfit?
I do not. I don't.
What
like,
do you
I don't
mean?
like the visor. I don't think it looks
The
good.
visor was so cool.
No,
what do you mean?
It doesn't look good, dude.
Misato change. Look, this is the change we're talking about. We need to see a more serious side
No,
of
but I
Misato.
just don't like the design choices. I'm not saying that she can't change, but like she looks.
I don't know. I didn't think twice about it, honestly.
I thought it was so cool. I don't
But
know what's wrong with
Garb,
you.
you should have thought about it thrice upon a time.
Evidently. Plus one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There are just some. Also, Gendo. Don't like Gendo's new design. I get why they did it because of the reveal in
No,
3.0
that's-
plus
no, it's
1.
cool.
No, it's not cool.
looks-
That's cool.
He looks
It looks
dumb.
silly.
He looks
It's
so
awesome.
I love
stupid.
it.
He does. This is actually one of my main issues with the because now that we're talking about it more, Gendo does not seem as threatening in these movies.
Yeah,
I
they
agree
only
with
focus
that.
on him in like the last two movies.
Well, yeah, but
mostly.
even when he shows up, well, no, like even in like the first couple where he like shows up a little bit, he doesn't have that ominous aura to him, you know? Like he doesn't have like the
I can
glasses
agree with that.
like I don't know. Gendo just had such a bigger presence in the originals that really made me like, oh shit, what he doing? What the Gendo doing?
What the Gendo?
And
Commando.
and I don't know. I guess it's also partially because of the new animation style that like giving him like more like accurate shading and like shadows on him and whatnot. And I'm just like, I don't know. I miss the old Gendo. Get in the bot, Gendo.
I hate my kid, Gendo. I'm trying to see my wife, Gendo. I could go on for hours.
That really got me.
You're good.
Oh
He
man,
loves Gendo like Gendo loves Gendo.
I don't think Gendo loves Gendo. I'm gonna be honest with you. So, after getting back to the
But you just
plot.
confirmed that people with glasses are more evil.
Yeah, I have. We all have glasses in this group. I just don't wear them that often.
Yeah, because you don't want to seem the most evil.
Well, I already give off so much evil energy that I don't need to add to it. I don't want to push it over the edge. I'm already the heel of this podcast. I don't need to add to it. See, now we're getting to the good part of the podcast where we just start talking.
We're getting the giggles.
Getting the hee-hees. So after they recover Shinji, they're like, a bot attacks, and then the bot is like Ray, and it's like, "Hey, come in here." And Misato's like,
Come
"No."
with me if you want to get out of this cringe place.
and Misato's like, "No, I'll kill you." And then she does.
And Shinji's like, "But I want to be based."
Oh my god, I need to isolate that. Oh my god, that was an hour in. Thank God.
Oh my god, did you just say it?
On a related note, I loved the dub. The dub. I watched the dub for everything except for 3.0. Because I wanted to just feel how the new characters felt, and it was fine.
But Misato.
But then I go back to 3.0 plus 1.0, and I get Shinji again. Hello.
I love that voice actor. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm very glad that they kept the original voice actor and not the shitty Netflix one. I mean, once again, no shade to the Netflix, but it's just when a dub has existed for 30 years, you kind of have to stick with it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a little Misato.
Shinji, you're being cringe.
No.
Kawaru would never say that.
Shinji, come play the piano with me.
It's okay, Shinji, to be a little.
We're going
cringe.
to play Axel F by Crazy Frog.
Oh boy, dude. No, Ray, you can't join.
Oh, what would Ray do in
Boys
this
only.
situation?
Wait, dude, he got angry that Ray showed up at the end.
Go read a book, ugly.
Why is she here? We need backup.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be you and me.
we're supposed to be lovers. Oh my god. Okay, so let's get back to it a little bit. No, I love this.
Garb got me off guard.
Believe me, I would love to just talk about random shit for another hour, but we cannot.
Garb, you're pretty
You're-
base, Garb. That was good.
Your Shinji is very good, Garb.
Oh no.
So he gets sucked up.
They know who to. They who knew who to call whenever they need a new dub.
Ghostbusters.
5.5 plus 2.
I'm not watching that. So Shinji is sucked in, and then he goes to New Nerve HQ.
Oh, also, before you do
Oh,
that, Toji's sister is there.
Oh yeah.
By the way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's it.
She's just there.
Cheers.
Yeah, and she's cute,
Yeah.
and she does things.
That's fair. She's
true.
being a useful
actually
part of the
does things.
society.
Yeah. But we get to see the development of Eva 13. We see Kaoru using a Yamaha brand piano,
Yeah.
which I mean,
There was a Subaru later.
yeah. Well, it's very funny because even in the original series, there were a lot of brands, especially like Misato's beer and coffee she drank. Those were real brands. And things like that.
That's why they changed the beer. That was a real beer.
I think they still had a real beer. I just think it was a different brand of real beer.
Yeah, it was a different beer.
My
I did
brand.
notice that it was a
My
different beer.
brand.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Yeah.
So they made it. So it's all branded. So it was very funny seeing the prominent Yamaha logo.
Wasn't there Sony on there
Yeah.
too?
I saw a fucking iPad.
You saw an iPad?
No way. I didn't
I was
see
like,
that.
there's no way that fucking thing survives this impact. But there it is.
No, Steve Jobs sometimes built different. I don't know, dude.
Steve Jobs is fucking dead at this point. When did Steve Jobs die?
Lick my balls. He was
said
was
the
dead
thing.
by then.
You said the thing.
I looked up Steve Jobs died. It told me Palo Alto. No, yeah, no, he died.
No.
What?
Steve Jobs died 4 years before this. The show happened, so
Oh,
he's
Yeah.
dead. R.I.P.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Anyway,
Anyway,
Yeah, there were
Yamaha
lots
brand
of-
piano, huh?
that's how they paid for these movies. But
It's
okay.
true. Let's see.
Now, at this point in the movie, I was on Shinji's side. Nobody told him a damn thing. Nobody in the ship told him a thing.
Yeah.
This man wakes up. They're like, yeah, we're going to call him Shinji. They don't call him Shinji. We're just calling him Shinji. And they're like, he's like, I want to pilot. Like, he's willing to do stuff for the group.
Well,
And they're like, you're not getting
Like,
it.
But
no
I
robot.
"We're getting a
also-
robot.
I also
We're
very
also not telling you anything.
well. I also
We're not nerfing
I
anymore.
very much do not.
What?
I do not blame them for telling him to not get in the Eva because every time he's done that, he's made things worse.
Then tell him then.
Yes.
No, I don't know. That's
Well,
Tell him, hey,
difficult.
you see that red stuff there? That's your fault, dude. Stop it.
Instead-
get some help.
Instead, they put a collar on him and call him Doggy.
Moondoggy.
No, not Moondoggy. Moondoggy gets the doggies, dude. No.
Yo!
Uh,
Oh
Moondoggy,
man.
I hate him.
Yeah, I'm with you though, Pino. Like nobody on either
No, yeah.
side. To be fair, neither one of them told him shit.
It's the
So of
worst.
course he's just gonna pick one of them.
Yeah, pick the nicest
And I don't
person
know.
out of
Maybe
them.
he's
Karu.
he's gonna pick the one that didn't put a collar on him.
In fact, he took the collar away.
Yeah, and then he blew up. That was fun.
Yeah.
Spoilers, by the
But
way.
Sorry.
That hurt.
Yeah, sorry for jumping. That was the one thing I wanted to yell about.
No, very
Tell the damn kid
Yeah.
something, dude.
Hey guys.
He's 14.
Well, no, he's not 40. He's 28. now.
He's still a 14-year-old man.
Well, like, oh my goodness, I'm so tired of Pino. It's our favorite thing in all of anime: miscommunication or lack of
God.
communication. Isn't it great?
God, it's the best thing, dude. I love when I'm supposed to save the world,
Yeah.
but oops, I didn't get the email.
Yep.
Okay.
Shinji's like, hey, look, it's the post Third Impact world. There's a bunch of red and crosses, and
And it's like, oh hey, I remember that movie.
oh,
I'm pretty sure
That
I
was a
started
long
it.
time ago.
so.
Man, all, so he goes to Nerve.
He goes to New
Um,
Nerve.
New Nerve.
He
New
he
Nerve
gets
City.
he gets
New
fed
Nerve.
mayo and ketchup and I don't know other.
I
Paste.
know those
yeah,
that look like
paste.
quinoa.
It did not-
Undetailed quinoa.
I thought it was just a mound of mush.
Yeah, it did not look.
It
appetizing. That's-
literally looks like ketchup and mayo, like the two ones. And I'm just like, Shinji, man, you're not down that bad, are you? Oh yeah,
Puts the
Karu and Shinji play piano, and they go bing bing
Yeah.
bing bing bing.
You know what? There's a section while they were just bonding where they give him a new pair of clothes, and then he gets some clothes that are too big, and it's Toji's clothes.
Yeah,
And then we just never go back again. I'm just like, that's kind of weird to put in.
I didn't
Okay.
notice that. I'm
yeah. He
It's a
like it
TOG or
was
something
yeah.
like
It was like labeled in his one of the shirts they give him. And I was like,
I was just,
weird that they didn't just touch on that ever again.
yeah,
Or maybe they were trying to like make it seem like he was dead, because like
maybe.
because of what's her name, Sakura or whatever
Right.
the fuck,
Oh.
the Toji's sister. He was there,
Yeah,
but Toji
Sakura.
wasn't. So you're like, is he dead? He wasn't. As we turn to find out.
Yeah.
But so they talk about things. They're like, we need to do human instrumentality. We got to go get some funny spears. Ray, read some books.
Ray does not read the books.
Ray does not read the
she
books.
Does not read the books. Shinji gets upset that she doesn't read the books.
He
Ray's
pushes
just
them
like,
down and he goes.
Well, this is a new Ray. This is the new Ray.
This is Ray
yeah.
Q.
Yeah, this is Ray Q.
Susie Q.
Dude, shout out to Susie.
Shout outs to the JoJo reference in this movie.
Yippee.
Let's go.
But yeah, so we go for
Guys, wait a second. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, Shinji learned the piano
What
so
do we-
fast.
Dude,
Unclear.
it's because they're
Shinji shows no marked improvement during his first training session, which occurs in real time, going from poking at keys with one finger to being able to effectively duet with Kawaru.
I thought
Thank you.
I thought it was because they
Thanks,
were
Eden
gay.
Geeks. It is. Well, that's objective fact.
Good. So anyway, they go in the EVA Unit 13. Karu and Shinji's like, I don't want this collar on. So then Karu's like, I'll take the collar.
If Kawaru said that, I'd die. That'd be a 10 out of 10 movie.
Sorry about that, Shinji.
He's like,
I had a Mountain Dew.
so he takes the collar. They go try and get the spears on Lilith.
He's upset that a girl's showed up.
That a girl was
in
there.
his
He's like,
bonding
this
time.
is supposed to be for men.
No girls
No
allowed.
girls, no weird girls allowed. They go fight with the new O2 and the O8, Sonic O8. And then they just fight. 1 second.
Yeah, they drop down to the center. What is it? The center of Nerve headquarters again? Is that what it was? Like they had to drop down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think then there was another thing. There was Gilgamesh or some shit.
Yeah.
I forget. The Gabagool.
The Gabagoo. There was a lot of Gabagoo on the wall, like Kawaru told us.
No!
Like, that's the Gabagoo that didn't make it.
But yeah, so
didn't-
they fight and they're like, oh no, we need to. These aren't the spears that we need, Shinji. And Shinji's like, but
And
I
he's like,
need the
"Shinji, turn back."
spears. I need the
He's
spears,
like, but you told me to
Karu."
be based.
And then Karu explodes.
Kawaru starts thinking. What a great time to think while Shinji's just like, I'm going to grab the spears. No one's stopping me. No one's told me to stop just yet. No one's told me.
No, they did tell him.
No. He needs to hear
Kawaru's
from
like, no.
Kawaru. And Kawaru needed to be there.
Kawaru did tell him no.
Yeah, but then he stopped. Then he just continued thinking.
Yeah.
I was a little
Yeah.
peeved. But I understood. Shinji just didn't know what to do. Like, I was just like,
And then Shinji
you
did
told
it.
me I had to do it.
And then he said, it's time.
This is why we're down here.
And then he's like, okay, it's time for the fourth impact. Yippee.
Yippee! Or I would have assumed it would have been the third impact because it was the near third impact before because it wasn't really a full impact.
No, but it already
I guess not.
happened, bro.
But it was the near third. That means it's like 2.9?
I don't know, man. It's
3.
dumb.
Anyways, the fourth impact happens, right? Go
But
on.
then they stopped the fourth impact.
So is the near fourth impact or no?
I don't even think it counts as the fourth. They call it the fourth impact, but I don't think the fourth impact even happened.
Got you. Okay.
Kairu explodes. Fucking. I'm trying to read through and. I can't even remember. They explode, and then we see Shinji, Asuka, and Ayanami just walking.
Yeah, they
Right.
everything's red. They come out of their pods. He's just not having it. He's just like dead inside.
Yeah.
Ray's there, just hanging out. Oh, you dropped your Walkman while he
Mhm.
walks away, man.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
That's it.
That's pretty
That's
good.
it. I didn't like the third one.
I didn't
After-
like it either.
After watching it the first
What?
time, I said this was cool. I like how it ended. And then my friend was just like, oh, really? Here's a link to all the questions that probably went over your head that everybody already asked. And then I realized there's a lot of things that happened that weren't covered ever, just mentioned.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is a Lilin?
Wait, what?
Now I know.
Wait, okay,
Now I
so
know.
Okay.
wait, what? Okay, I'm
Well,
looking.
my main issue
Yeah, you go for it
is
first.
the egregious thing is that I thought I was being gaslit, thinking like, oh yeah, so it was the near third impact, and I was like, oh yeah, and Kaji stopped it, right? I'm just like, wait, when did he stop it? I don't remember seeing that in the second movie, and they don't show you that. They just say Kaji stopped it. They said it once. I'm just like, what
Yep.
the heck? Is he dead? Like,
They
what's
do
happening?
show you later. Yeah.
They show you
well, I
later.
mean, we know that he's dead because he died in the other ones. But
Yeah,
they
but,
don't,
like,
they don't.
I don't remember
articulate that
seeing-
at all.
Yeah, they just like throw it in there And I was upset after that point. I was like, I don't want to read more. And then I read more and I got even more upset. It's just, oh man, like, I don't
Eva.
understand.
There's a lot. There's a lot here. I didn't even think about this, but it was like, what on one of the questions, like, what's the deal with Sele? What's happening with them? And I'm like, oh my fucking god, I forgot they were even in this goddamn movie.
Yeah, that's why Kawaru was there. He was the angel of Sele. He was like the first angel.
But then they like all die. They're like, Gendo tricked Sele into mass suicide. I'm like, what do you mean?
I mean,
when did that
to be
happen?
fair, Sele didn't say anything at the beginning. They're like, they're not even moving.
But they still,
and then at the end, we're killing him.
But they still talk about Sele a lot in these movies for what amounts to nothing.
It
know?
Was,
yeah.
And I think it's dumb.
Well, I guess it's just that Gendo is the center of that all, so they're like, oh yeah, you see Gendo, so you get it, but you don't. You know?
It just doesn't make sense.
Weird.
I don't know.
It's weird.
Anyway, third movie's not great. Any other questions before we go to the better movie?
None that aren't answered by the wiki.
Yeah, if you want to learn, we're not the people to ask. Come on, man. Guys, let's finally talk about the one that's fresh on my mind so I can actually talk about it a little bit more. Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0. Thrice Upon a Time. Guys, it's the final film. We made it.
We made it.
It came out 2021. Let's go, gamers.
Still pretty fresh.
Yeah. So we skip 2 more years. Which I don't know is wild that they wait 2 more years in the plot. But first we actually get to see Paris. We got to see the setting of Splatoon 3.
Wow. I think they're both canonically, tied in together. I think that's what happened to humans.
I think so too, yeah.
It's got to be, right?
Kind of scary, but yeah.
This was I think my favorite opening set piece out of the movies. I think this was my favorite part of my favorite fight in the movies. So it started out well. It got fun little spinny arms for Mari.
I did not like the nerve robots with the legs. The
the sexy legs,
what I call them.
Yeah,
I was just like, okay. I'm like, which one? Fuyutsuki, are you down bad right now, or is it Gendo that's down bad? Whose legs are
Gendo
those?
is down bad.
Is that your wife's legs?
Those are almost definitely Yui's legs.
Yui's legs.
I can guarantee you that. Yeah, so we get some cool fight scenes. They spin.
Yeah, that was cool. I thought that was such a cool way to start it. And then when they like purify the entire like city there, that was even better. I was just like, yo, the color's coming back. Let's go.
Oh yeah, Garb, by the way, you can't use the 3.0 plus 1.0 FAQ because that was last updated in 2019. So
it's still funny.
But
it's okay. It only answers questions about the Avant.
Yeah. So, we see this fight. We see them put an anti-L field or like an L barrier, which is, what is it? Very little is currently known. It appears to be generated by or otherwise associated with core converted land. The environment will be made by what?
We don't fucking know. Is the answer.
We took an L on that one.
Yeah. So they put up a barrier so like people can like exist in there again. And so we see the fight. It's a cool fight, and then we see the 3 characters wandering. And they keep wandering.
They keep walking.
They walking.
And they're walking.
I'm Christopher Walken here.
What are you doing, Shinji?
Shinji, you gotta get in the mag.
Gabagoo, the Gabagoo.
I don't think he's Italian.
He's Gabagoo.
Oh, okay.
He is now.
Okay, so they show up to Village 3, which is, the remnants of Tokyo 3, basically. And we get to meet some cool little people because we meet
Some
adult
familiar
Toji
faces. Adult Toji.
We do.
and
I
Hikari,
would-
who is the class rep. We get to learn about or Kensuke
baby.
as well. New dude,
Oh,
baby.
Ken.
let's
Oh
go.
my
The
god.
baby.
Yeah, so we
Oh my god.
so we get
Sorry.
so we get to see all these characters that we haven't seen in eons, which I'm glad they actually have some sort of relevance because I would be
I'm glad
ve-
they've grown.
Yeah, I'd be very upset if
Yeah.
they didn't.
It was this whole village section
It's
was
great.
easily the best part of Evangelion.
It's because
period.
it's because Pino
Yeah, I
loves
agree.
slice of life.
No.
You do
Because
though.
I love father figures that are actually father figures.
Yeah, you love slice of life.
No.
Yeah. Dilf Toji.
Dilf Toji.
It's true. He's a doctor now.
Yeah, by name.
My name only.
Yeah, but
Just
name
by
only.
He even
Like
said it
Dr.
himself.
Mario.
But yeah, so we get like a good like 40 minutes in like Village 3. I hate how Shinji's a little bitch baby the whole time.
No, I'm gonna jump in
Mm.
here. He just watched his boyfriend die. in
Well,
front of
no,
him.
he watched that 2 years ago, Pino.
Well, the way I took it is that they stayed in that village for quite a while. Is what I want to believe.
No,
'Cause if 2 years.
No, 2 years passed from the ending of this.
So you're telling me those kids were walking for 2 years and stayed in the village for like 2 days?
I
Or,
think
like, a
so.
week?
I'm
I don't think
That's
that
stupid.
doesn't sound right.
That's stupid.
If it is like that, then this
'Cause-
movie just it drops for me. They had a whole ass montage. Montage means a significant amount of time has passed, or a
Yeah.
relevant amount of time has passed.
No, I want.
Yeah.
Show me the timeline. Let's see.
Show
what
me
we
the
got.
timestamp. I need to know because if it is like that's what I understood. After the Paris section, we go to the Tokyo section where we left off. Rei, Asuka, and Shinji, like you said. And I assume maybe they walked maybe for like a little bit, maybe like a week or 2 weeks or something, and then they get sent over to the village in which Shinji, is a little shitter, but he's understandably a little shitter. But I feel like they were in that village for much longer time.
1 second.
How long does it take to walk from France to Tokyo?
Yes.
No, this is the wrong timeline. I want the rebuild timeline, please.
God, if somebody could email us that.
I'm mapping it out right now. Paris, France. All right, we're going from Paris, France to the other way around to Tokyo, Japan. And change that
Eva
to
Geeks,
walking.
can you help me? Yeah, rebuild. Can we do this? Yeah, no, I thought they said like 2 years.
Yeah, no, I mean it. Hold up, it takes 2 years after the events of the third movie, right?
Yeah, I thought they were walking for years.
I don't think they were walking for years. I'm pretty sure the curse doesn't mean you can't eat nothing. I mean, there was nothing edible there.
Well, they don't need to eat.
Oh, but because they smell like LCL.
Yeah.
Oh,
Delicious.
that's-
I don't know. Regardless, they
Case.
were walking for a long fucking time.
It would take 104 days
It's a long time, guys. Regardless.
if you were only walking.
Well,
so,
so-
you know what? It would be 1 year. It would take a year.
So,
to get there.
Pino, what
but the village is still in Tokyo, Garb. Just want to let you know,
Well,
village
Pine-
is still in Tokyo.
Well, Pino, what my issue with Shinji throughout this is not that he is sad. My issue is that we get no like insight on him. We just get him in a corner for like 30 minutes until he finally like breaks down, like talks to Ray a little bit and eats food. And that's all I needed. I just need something that like engages me as an audience member and as someone to watch the freaking show. When you just simply give me a character being a little butthole and sitting in a corner, that's not engaging. Why should I care about him? But when you give me those reasons, either by his thoughts or his actions, I understand, but he's not doing anything. He's just sitting in a corner the whole time.
And I liked how they gave Shinji less room in the last movies, and then they go back to giving him too much in this one. Like they're following him around too much when he's not doing anything. And yeah, we do get to go back to Rey and watch her.
That's
rice,
the best part of
great.
this fucking movie.
I like that.
That's the best part of this fucking movie.
I'm just saying.
And then just
All I'm saying is that Shinji is literally treated the same way in the story as he is written, shoved off to the side, not paid attention to. Of course, this man is going to be portrayed as, like you can't relate to him or you can't understand him because he's not expressing that about like his existence. So like, this is like, I thought this Shinji was it's going to be weird to say the best the best version of Shinji, because we get to see how truly distraught he is after all of these events that have happened. Third near impact, losing all of his friends, 14 years past, losing Kaworu. Like he's just not, like, he doesn't want to be part of anything. He's just lost the will of it all. He just wants to be
I get that.
From the path.
And I like that we get to see that, but I want to not just have him be in a corner the whole time. That, like, you can show it to me twice, and I understand that he's in despair. I understand that he's a Danganronpa character, but like in ultra despair. But like, I
hate you.
No. But like you show it to me so many times, and I'm just like,
but they were all bad before.
No, like this movie, they show it to me like 6 different times. I'm like, I get it. Shinji's
and
fucking
it's a
distraught.
2.5 hour.
We need to know how
movie.
distraught he is. This man is
I
full on
understand.
depressed.
If you show it to me once, I'm like, okay, maybe he's a little sad. Show it to me twice, I'm like, damn, he's sad. Show it to me 3 times, I'm like, I already understood. I get it.
They
now.
want you to feel it. Like,
I don't want to feel like Shinji.
It's
something
and
that
he has
happens.
to be there in the scene.
It needs to be there to fully understand
all you need to do
how
is,
low he's gone.
No, you give it to me twice. You give it to me him being sad, like initially in Toji's house. Give it to me in Ken's house, and then give me the scene where he cries and eats the rations. That's all I need to truly show me how he feels. That's it. So like, I just feel like it was a waste on this already very long movie to keep showing him do the same thing. That's my issue with it.
I'm just saying, healing takes time, and I think they showed that this man needed a lot of time to heal. Even when he started healing, he still didn't talk a lot. He still looked sad. When he started talking to Toji normally, I was just like, you're talking, but I hear you're still sad. You're like you're still not about this.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Dude. I'm cutting Shinji some slack this time.
I mean, like, I give him some slack once like we see any emotion besides blank face in the corner.
Some people just can't express that, dude.
But that doesn't work well on a televised media.
Yeah. And these character designs, I guess, too, yeah.
All
right, you may have won that, visually speaking.
Guys, so we do this. We get to see Rey, which is the best part of the movie, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
With her discovering her humanity, basically. She's learning through working through the human connections, which I think is a great like way to bring her character, this like new Rey, but also like as a parallel to the older Reys. That like this is a character that like is brand new and is innocent, but still wants to like engage with the world, is still learning, constantly developing. And especially with her, with the like the kid specifically, like the little with Toji's baby. I'm like, I love this. I love that she's like interacting with this baby and interacting with like the young girl who gives her a big old fucking leek or whatever.
If you drop this potato, I'm giving it back to you.
Yeah, and she's so like, thank you.
Thank you.
But like, that was great. And also the music was really good. Hey, there was no oh yeah, by the way, guys, in in the 2.22 movie, they had a very shitty children's choir during like half of the scenes, and I hated it, and I forgot to talk about it because I shut it out of my mind. But it was awful. But they have actually good songs in this one, so shout out.
Yeah, the music was fantastic.
The OST's
Oh my
banging
God.
this time. Once again, makes me really upset that the best parts of Eva are the end parts of them all.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Yeah.
and it's like, man, I don't really want to recommend people to watch either of these.
Just read the mango.
I mean, they do have a mango. But it's
Haven't
a
read it,
different
though,
story
so-
entirely, actually, which is interesting.
Oh.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, but like the mangaka was specifically like, none of this is like in any relation to the Rebuild movies. This is my own interpretation, so like I need to read those to see if I hate that as well. But regardless, we get Ray with all these old ladies, and they're like, "Oh, try on these clothes."
What was her
And-
name? Miss No Name? Miss
Yeah, Miss Lookalike.
Lookalike.
Miss Lookalike, yeah.
But then Ray, they're like, you should get a name because we shouldn't be calling you Miss Lookalike. So then Ray goes to Shinji and it's like, give me a name. And like at this point, like this is like the culmination of Ray, like figuring it herself out, and then like Shinji coming to terms with this not being his Ray, not being Ray 2, basically. And now we oh, I didn't know that. Okay. And then once we start we get some heart to heart with Toji and Shinji. Toji like, you've already done so much fighting, you should just stay here in the village, you know. And like Shinji like does seem to be happy, you know, just doing things.
Yeah.
He meets Kaju's son and Misato's son, which was wild for a bit. And he's like, wow.
What was his name again? Robert? No.
Robert!
Ryoji?
Yeah, there we go.
No.
Ryoji. I knew to start with an R.
Robert was
Yeah,
a
Robert
bit
was
far,
like-
I'm gonna be honest. But
Nah, dude, it was close. There's an R. Come on.
yeah, so then we get that Ray turns into Tang because she's too far from. Well, it's LCL apparently, according to the wiki, which I didn't know. But that makes sense.
Wow. Yeah.
That makes sense, but I did not know. Yeah, but Ainami types 6 and it goes poop. And
And
then
little cross shows up. I thought that was adorable, and then I realized she's like gone, and I got a little sad.
yeah, that was a bit sad.
Yeah.
Well, it was just that body again, but you know, all the memories in that one.
Yep.
That one hurt. That,
That-
one nearly got me.
That one, I was like, no,
You said that nearly impacted you?
no.
I'll
like,
be here all week, everybody.
like this was the first time I ever cared about Ray as a character.
Hell yeah, dude, up top.
And then they
Yeah.
killed her.
Nice. And then it's just like, oh, LCL, baby, you've become Tang. But yeah, so then
See, they have the ability to make you care in such a short amount of time. Why didn't they do that all the time?
that's my whole thing, right? Oh my god.
Yeah.
You see how I feel about End of Eva? I'm like, is End of Eva a fluke? Like, did they just do like a really good job on accident? Like,
No, they know. They know
yeah,
how to do it. They
so
just
then
forget.
so then you give me 1 through 3 and I'm just like, it's so silly. So dumb. Anyway, we get Wunder to show up and they're like, okay, we're gonna pick up Asuka, and then Shinji's like, I want to
Oh
go.
yeah, Asuka was there.
Yeah, Asuka was there. Well. So I was also talking.
Mari was there.
Mari was not there yet.
She was not at the village, no.
Yeah.
But I was actually
Oh,
talking
we're
with
still at the village.
Joan, my partner, about this, and like how Asuka was being a dick to Shinji, but also like kind of ignoring the
Yeah.
parts of herself that are hurting. But
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
really good. I thought that was a really engaging, like that's an engaging part because she like is masking that side of her that she does not like, and that's why she lashes out so much. And
Yeah.
it comes to a point where she's just like, I like can't deal with this, like. But you can still see that compassion with her, like specifically when Ray Q comes and is like, "Hey, where's Shinji?" And she's like, "He's here. Take him these rations. He's like probably starving or some shit."
Yeah, and
And so,
she's like
like-
keeping an eye on her,
Yeah.
or on him. Yeah.
Yeah, and she still like checks up on him like routinely. So like, there's still like that sense of compassion, and I felt that was a really interesting like way to take her character, because she had that in the original series, but they never really developed it. So it was very nice to see that. But then they kind of forget about it after the first third.
Yeah.
Because we got to go back in the giant mechs, baby.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. We're back in space, and we learned that that whole ship they had was also part of the Kaji's like secret other organization, which was like to preserve human life.
Well,
I liked that little bit. I didn't know that was a thing though.
It was to preserve all the lives that would not have been saved by the Human Instrumentality Project. So like that's the reason why he was like growing watermelon and whatnot, to preserve natural life that weren't humans, basically. Which I think is cool.
Yeah, and this kind of ties back into the original series as something that they didn't get to explain, and why Kaji got killed, because even that, that confused me.
Well, because Kaji got killed because he was double-crossing Nerve.
Yeah.
He was double dipping? Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Not in these times.
Not in these trying times.
Not my son. Not my son.
Ridiculous. But, so then we have to, guys, we gotta go back to the Big Macs. It's been too good for too long. We've had it too good. So
no more slice of life.
I know. We go back to Wunder, baby.
Robots.
And then Shinji's like, I want to go to the Wunder. And then so Asuka tases him. And then,
oh yeah, well, you say so.
And then they keep him in a funny little medical wing. Sakura gets really upset. He's like, how dare you get into the Eva and make life pain?
I said, don't get in the robot.
And you got in the robot. Come on.
And you got in the robot.
And then,
what are you, his mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he gets under surveillance. He gets in his funny little room. And then Vili and Nerve fight in space, and it makes no sense. And I dislike it.
I got a little confused here and there. It's like, wait, are we going up or in space
they're going
or
down?
But there's...
No, I was actually confused too. Wait, where did they go?
It's so much...
well, part of it,
I think they go to space, right?
Well, there was the anti-dimension.
No, they go to
they go to the
Antarctica.
anti-dimension at the end.
They go to Antarctica.
Yeah.
Guys, but it's like such a visual vomit on the screen that like the fights were hard to follow, and it was all gross 3D. And
I like the ship battle.
The ship battle was kind of cool, but like with all like
why the fuck did they use boats as missiles?
I thought it was. I kind of liked the boats on like the strings and like.
Oh my god!
I thought that was funny.
No, it was stupid.
Nah, that was pretty cool.
Why?
It was dumb, but anyway, they fight, and they keep fighting, and then Gendo's like, "I'm going to show up on the ship now, and I'm going to talk to Misato and Ritsuko." By the way, guys, Ritsuko's still here.
Yeah, surprisingly, right?
In a much lesser capacity. And it makes me sad because her character is really cool.
She got a cool haircut, though.
Yeah, it's true. Gendo floats down, and then Misato and Ritsuko comes, and then Gendo starts talking to Ritsuko and just glats him. He's like, I learned this from you. Shoot first, ask questions later. And then his funny little eye shield comes off, which I hate. And then he has a gap in his head, and his brain doesn't matter.
He's like, this is what happens.
Yeah.
With the key of Nebuchadnezzar, I think.
Yep, that's what happens.
Sure.
And then he's like, anyway, I don't give a shit about Unit 1. Goodbye. And then he goes into Unit 3 and leaves.
He floats away.
Yeah, and then Shinji's like, I want to fight my pop-up. And
like, get in the robot, son. You'll fight the robot.
And then Sakura and the other pink hair girl, can't remember her name. She was only in the movie twice and barely anything. And they're like,
she was angry.
I know her family's
dead.
We
can shoot him, right? And then Sakura shoots Misato because Misato blocks him. And he's like, it's okay. And her visor comes off, and her visor comes off, and I'm like, finally, it's like symbolism that she's still Misato. And
I thought that was a reference to Jesus. Anyways,
no, No, the reference to Jesus was when Rey looked at her hands and there were the 2 stigmatas on her hands.
Oh.
That was a reference to Jesus.
Well, that in the whole way that Kawaru sacrificed himself.
And the
That
cross,
is-
all the things.
Also, when they said Jesus. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah, by the way, we forgot to talk about how Asuka takes off her eye patch and takes the little restraint thing and then fights.
That was weird.
That was cool.
And
I
it was
like
cool,
that.
but
She
weird.
turned into
It
an
didn't make
angel.
any sense. She fights it, and they're like, wow, we're fighting. And then, oh yeah, before that, Mario was also like, guess who it is? I got big boobs, and I was on a parachute. And he was like, big boobs, girl? And she's like, yes, you got it. And I'm like, wow, this is good writing, guys. I'm very proud.
Well, and they brought that back again.
Yeah, they brought that back at the
Which is
the
why I
end,
brought it up
which we'll
earlier.
talk about later. But yeah, so after all that, O2 tries to stop it, but then Eva 01's like, I will not. Oh no, Eva 13 was the one that was crucified.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait, we're still not in the alternate dimension.
No,
right?
not yet. We haven't gotten
Okay,
to
okay.
the imaginary angel or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's
that
so
one took me for a
it
loop.
pisses me off.
Black Lilith.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
my
What?
goodness.
But yeah, so anyway, Shinji's like, I want to pilot the Eva. And then Misato gets shot. Shinji's like, but you are our savior. And then and Sakura's like, you are our savior. And I'm like, no, he's not. Every time he's gotten into it, he's done it for selfish reasons and fucked it up.
Well, this time is different. This time is daddy issues.
Guys, this time I get to fight my dad. It
You are
was
my dad.
You're not my
You're my
dad. Oh yeah, doo-doo head. But like it made me upset because I'm like, when was this kid ever your savior? Like truly. Like
He's the Messiah.
was
I
supposed
am
to
not
be.
the Messiah.
Oh, the Messiah is so humble. It's like the only time he's ever been the like savior is in End of Eva. Everything else he's fucked up.
I don't know. I think it's like when I think they're referring to the fact that like, oh yeah, you killed a couple angels for us a couple times.
Yeah, but
I think that's what they were referring
But
to.
like it still doesn't, to me at least, it doesn't
Until that
play off
near
the
third
fact
impact.
that he's fucked up the world twice now.
Yeah. What's the third time? What's the third time?
What's
dude?
the third time if I've already done it twice, right?
Yeah. I mean, what?
I mean, it's all or nothing.
Yeah, dude. Just throw all the chips on the table.
Yeah. So anyway, he goes and flies up, and he's like, "I gotta go fight." And at the same
Go
time,
fast.
Mario
Mario's like, I'll come
apparently
get you.
Mari apparently merges with Eva 9, 10, 11, and 12,
No, she just eats
By
random.
eating
Oh well, no,
them?
she makes one. Yeah, right. Or
which
something
is
like that. I don't
weird.
know.
She fuses. with
Giving
them, yeah.
giving Eva 08 the ability to navigate the space beyond the doors of Guff. Yep.
I don't understand.
a Bible thing?
Why
I
they
don't-
gotta put the funny words? If they would have just left it at, oh yeah, they went to the anti-dimension. I can understand that. I can't
The
understand.
Guff thing
why
was
the
was
Hebrew
the
word.
MacGuffin.
was the
Meaning
thing
body
that
of Jewish
that
mysticism.
what's her name that the big Ray held in End of Eva with the pussy hands.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You couldn't have said it differently. You could
No,
just.
no, because it gives you that distinct visual in your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Shinji,
Okay.
but then Shinji's like, okay, I'll go pilot the Eva now, and like a portal opens up from Eva 08 to Eva 01 where Ray, like a ghoul Ray, is like, hello, I have long hair, and I'm sorry I can't make you not drive the Eva. He's like, it's okay, I want to ride the Eva now. And then they start fighting Eva 13 and Eva 01 with maybe the worst mocap I've seen since Sonic Adventure 2.
It's
Like truly.
it's
Like,
bad.
So before we talk about this a little bit more, shout out to New Frame Plus, a YouTube series on a series on YouTube, basically that goes over video game animation, specifically I can't remember his name. I think it's Dan. I don't know. Regardless, he goes over a bunch of different video game animations, and he did a super long video about Sonic animation throughout the years, like through every Sonic game. And he brings up, and I don't know if this is a universal term anything, but he calls it the mascot problem. Is that when you're mocapping something that isn't explicitly like human and you don't adjust the animation at all, it feels like anything you're animating feels like it's in a big mascot costume and it doesn't have like the right like movement style, right? And so during this first stage of the fight between 01 and 13, it looks awful. Like, it looks astonishingly bad.
Kind of reminded me of like Tekken back on like the PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what I'm right. It's like shitty mocap, right?
Yeah.
And
It's bad.
it was so bad. So anyway, they fight, and then Shinji's like, "We can't fight. This isn't a fight about might." And Gendo's like, "Yes, my son." And then he's like, "Look at this imaginary Evangelion." And I'm like, what are you talking about? What's happening?
Don't worry, we got imaginary numbers in real life. There's probably my imaginary. I don't know.
But it's a
coping.
fictional Eva that doesn't exist. But it exists because humans have imagination. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it got a little weird in the imaginary zone.
And then the spear of Longinus and Cassius go punch it, and then it becomes gross giant Ray. Gross, awful 3D garbage Ray.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Like, they already had a good, distinct way to do this in End of Eva, and this just why?
Yeah.
Why?
Technology, dude. The technology was holding me back.
Oh. One thing about this segment that I will say that I liked is that they finally gave Gendo some time to breathe and actually explain his character out, which is kind of weird because this is the one where he's the least intimidating, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one where they actually each time they've done a better job explaining him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so this time we actually.
And I like how it's set up
get to see
earlier in
what's
the
going
movie
on.
too, because they were just like, yeah, don't you ever just want to, it's the last time to talk to your father. Like, you should probably talk to him, like apologize or like get to know him. And I was like, okay, that's a nice little setup, and they follow through with that, thankfully. And
yeah,
I thought that was great. Like, shout outs to your dad, dude.
That's your mom though.
Yeah.
But so we get this talking, right? They get to chatting. They get to being like, okay, let's just talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We've already fought, and then we get to go through those mental gymnastics again that we saw at the end of the original series. We get to go on the funny train again, and then Shinji's like, "It's okay, you don't need to be afraid of me," because Gendo puts up an AT field apparently, and then he's like, "Here,
I'm afraid of you."
And then he's like, "Here, take your funny little cassette player." And then Gendo gets to tell us that he reveals his past. Mm-hmm. And literally all he says is that he's an introvert and he doesn't like to talk to people, so he wears earbuds. That's it.
And then he said he met Yui, and then
his wife died. But that doesn't give you an excuse to change the world. My final message.
Oh yeah, but he look. Somebody who, like, if somebody opens the door for you and then you lose that person, I don't obviously it doesn't give you the right to change the world, but of course it throws you into a bit of despair. I'm
not trying to make it sound that I'm unsympathetic to like that certain level of him, but when this character goes through such far lengths and fucks up everyone else basically for his own selfish goal, and then
his wife, dude.
Well, yeah, he didn't even see his wife. And then also, all that happens was that he's like, I must get off the train here. And then he's like, Karu's like, I'll take you the rest of the way. And like, that's it. That's all Gendo gets. And I'm like, that is too easy. That is too fucking easy for him.
He shows up at the end, though. What do you mean?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. When I guess we'll get there when the mechs start stabbing each other.
Well, because the whole reason why that happens is because I think Gendo's soul is in 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he gave up his humanity. Regardless, I feel like he still got off too easy because he put his soul in there already. Like that was his plan.
I don't think it got off easy because like if he got off easy, he would have won.
No. He got no punishment for what he did. His punishment was that he's like, okay, goodbye.
No, he was self-aware of the fact that one, he was being a shitter to his son. Two, he was being a shitter to everyone else. And
But just because you come to the realization doesn't mean that you're fully
he asked for
atoned.
forgiveness.
Yeah, but there's things that like it's so much bigger than him asking his son for forgiveness, because he literally jeopardized the entire earth. Like, that was the whole human instrumentality project. For selfish reasons, he took down the entire earth, essentially.
I mean, yeah, it was really selfish.
Well, yeah, so like that's why I'm saying he got off too easy. He just got he got a little, okay, goodbye. Get out of here. Get out of the train, idiot. And that's it.
I don't know. I saw it differently.
End of Eva, killed him, and he's like, I'm sorry, and then he got killed. And that was so much better. That was so much better.
I take redemption over justice.
He wasn't redeemed, though.
I don't know.
He didn't do anything for redemption. All he did was like, oops, I was wrong. Anyway, goodbye.
Sorry, realization. I'd rather them realize their mistakes than just desserts. Despite just desserts being funny.
But Gendo also like realized in End of Eva, he's like, I'm sorry, Shinji, and then got munched.
Yeah, I just like when people are happy.
Bad. It's bad. I don't like it. I like it. I kind of like how Gendo was written, specifically this last movie, because it does give him a bit of his humanity, but also it's far too late, especially with the lack of focus on him in the previous movies. So, like, I don't know. I just felt it was a lackluster ending for Gendo. And then Shinji's like, okay, now it's time to get people closure.
I like the closure part.
Hey guys, did you know that Asuka was a clone?
They mentioned it. But what?
Yeah.
I didn't.
When does that that's never been brought up before?
That went over my head.
Like, she mentioned it once.
Yeah. So, remember when they were doing that little thing at the end where they were like, okay, this is, we're making Asuka find closure in this like little like movie set thing, right? Mm-hmm. They showed a scene where there was like a bunch of like Asuka like files on the wall or whatever. And like they slowly all disappeared except for one. And it was the same type of label that the Ayanami 6 had. So those were all clones, but she's the only one that survived. So it wasn't like the Asuka we have now is like a different person, but she was made as a clone, which I don't get. I don't think that adds anything.
I don't either. Like because it wasn't in the source, and yeah, it doesn't add anything.
What?
Like,
I'm so confused.
Except
I think that
calls people
what?
Yeah.
I think that
she calls
flew over
people
my
Lilin.
head.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's
and that's
awful.
the only thing that comes out of it.
It's a clone?
Yeah. Well, she's part of a set of clones, but she's the same person as the start of the series.
My head hurts.
I'm confused. I don't remember that at all. I think I was just getting too much overload. What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up on the hints, so I can vouch that it's there. But
it's dumb.
It's also still it's the same reaction that you've got, Pino, where it's just like, what? Why? Huh?
Yeah, and then we get to see Kaoru and Kaiji talking for some reason, with Kaiji in a fancy outfit, and then Shinji's like, I must create a Neon Genesis, a world without Evangelion. And I was like, I hate this is dumb. And then,
dude, this is my hero, Boku no Hero Academia.
Yeah. Man, but yeah, so like Shinji like sets everyone free basically, quote unquote, until finally he's like, okay, it's time for me to stab myself with the spear of Gaius. And then Shinji's like, no. And then Yui pushes him out of the way, and revealing to have been with him the entire time.
Yeah, that also, I was like, wait.
Well, because it was the whole, like, her soul being in the robot, but they don't even talk about it in this fucking continuity.
Well, yeah, they forgot.
So it's really dumb. So then we get to see the cool thing of all the Evas getting stabbed, which is kind of cool. And then we get to see this final sequence
Yeah. Which I didn't understand, but it felt satisfying, so I guess it was good.
Yeah. Well, first, I guess, did I talk about
I don't know, did ya?
Well, I'm talking about the scenes where Shinji's sitting on the beach and it slowly deteriorates from full animation to like animation roughs to the Genga.
Oh, no, not yet.
Yeah, I don't know where that was because it doesn't say it very much on the wiki.
I think that was like right at like the last thing.
You're right before the
They
final
were
sequence.
fading
Yeah.
out. Because I swear they were leaving in like animation marks.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Well, that's the thing. It's because they used it's that's literally how animation is like styled. Like I have Genga and the animation cell, so like that's how they produce it. So I liked that. I liked that callback to kind of the original Evo where they, made it sketchy and
when they broken the fourth wall a couple times, like in whenever they're in the memory zone in the anti-world question marks, they were in one place where after they busted down a wall, it was like a set wall, and they did that in different iterations a few times. So yeah, that was like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess. And then they brought it together with the animation thing.
Yeah, so they do it. It was cool. We get that, and then we finally get the final sequence where we get to see the people out on the platform. Which, by the way, I want to talk quickly about how Asuka kind of like doesn't get much in this anime.
Yeah, I think she definitely got shafted.
And it makes me sad because she has the most engaging character, or at least originally has the most engaging character. I feel like now Rei Q had the most engaging character, but she's Tang now, so it doesn't really matter.
Yum.
But so then we get to see like Asuka, Rei, Karu. Rei and Karu are apart. Well, because it's really dumb. So on the poster of all the characters like standing together, I don't know if you guys have seen the poster. But they all like stand next to each other and like the couples are standing next to each other. So Kaoru and Rei, let me see if I can pull up the it'll be, if you're watching the video, that will be the poster that is on the video. So you can look at it.
Beach?
Yes, it's the one where they're all standing on the beach. But it's like the full set of everyone here. Yeah, I got it. I just would like a better res image. I guess not. Okay. So it has like them all together. So you have like Mari and Shinji standing next to each other. Class Rep and Toji, Misato and Kaiji, Yui and Gendo, and then Karu and Rei, which I don't like. I feel like they truly kind of fucked it up. I don't know if that's I don't like that.
Wasn't them like made from Adam and the other weren't they both like just
because
straight up just
Karu's
from
like an angel and
he's Angel 1.
Yeah, he's first angle, and then Rei is created from Lilith
devil.
And Yui.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure, I believe you. I have no reason not to.
I can't deny that. So, but yeah. So then we get Mari being like, "Guess who it is?" And she's just like, "A girl with glasses and big boobs," and she's like, "Ding ding." And they do a little talking, and then Mari takes the choker off of Shinji. They hold hands, and then they run out of the train station together, and they show the actual town of Ube and the Yamaguchi prefecture in Japan, which is Ano's hometown, and that implying that all the children had found closure in reality. And that's the end of the movie.
I feel like a lot of anime does that, or like a lot of stories do that, where it's like, let's reset, but it's the real world. Like, I feel like a lot of stories, like, first thing that comes to mind, you guys mind spoilers for other things you might want to watch and or play?
What spoilers are you talking about? Give us the name of the show.
So first, I'll spoil Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, I don't give a shit about.
That's fine.
So 13.3 everything kind of goes to shit, and so the world is literally ending, and then at some point they're like, okay, we got to reset the world. At the end of the game, the world is reset. They're like in the real world. I think they're in the real world. None of this magic happens, and I'm just like, that's the first thing my mind went to. I'm like, they pulled the Final Fantasy 13 on me. God damn it.
Wow.
The other one was, you guys ever plan on watching Gridman, SSSS Gridman,
Yes,
or whatever it's called?
it's on my list.
Okay, never mind. But it's kind of got a similar thing going on.
Okay.
It's similar. I'm just like, honestly, those always feel like cop-outs. But at this point in the movie, I was like, hey, this is a world without Evas. Y'all can be happy.
Well,
you
okay.
do you, please.
Yeah.
So I have a real big issue with this ending, actually. Because it does feel kind of like a cop-out, but it is also super contradictory to the original show's message. Because there's a specific quote from the either 25th or 26th episode where Asuka says to Shinji, who's like sitting in his chair because we love the chair, she says, all you do is wait, wanting people to give you happiness. And the whole part of Eva, like the original series and end of Eva, is embracing reality and creating your own happiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that, here, I also have some saved stuff that I've seen. Let's see. Yeah, that it's basically that you must embrace this reality and take it like for yourself. You can't sit waiting idly, waiting for people to give you happiness. And that was like Shinji's whole thing in the original, because he was doing nothing. Sitting out there doing niche. Well, Asuka's out there making moves. But so the whole point is like, embrace reality. Don't like let just like things happen to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yet 3.0 plus 1.0, that's all he does. He makes his own like specific reality and like doesn't work for the happiness from Mari. Mari just makes him happy. And it plays towards escapism, which Evangelion originally was fully against, right?
Yeah, but then they escape into the real world.
Well, but like it's escapism. It's not finding that for himself in his current world.
It is kind of hard to pick that out of it. It is a little difficult to see what they were trying to go for.
And like and also like the characters don't get a full satisfying ending, because we get their like trauma figured out or whatever, but like we don't see them after.
Yeah, we
the
understand
fact.
what's happening.
Yeah,
for once.
And like it, yeah, Kaoru might not even be gay anymore. We don't know that, so that's bullshit. And like, and also just it doesn't make sense about Mari, who's this character that was introduced, barely any at all, maybe 30 minutes of total screen time. Most of it is fighting big robots, to just be the love interest for Shinji. I don't like that. I don't like how
that seems a little
forced.
weird.
It felt so forced.
I'm fine with that versus his love interest being
No,
Rey.
well, I didn't
His
want that
mom.
either. I didn't want that either. I wanted him to
this
find
is an improvement.
What this is tying back to, like the original Eva series. He needs to find it himself. He can't just let it happen upon him on like a silver fucking platter, Like he needed to work for it, but
That's
none of
fair.
it seemed like he did. It was just like, oh, Mari is here. I guess this is the one for me, boss.
Also, Mari was there and I don't know if you saw the little picture in the flashback with Gendo and
Yeah,
Yui, but she was there.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I think she's old.
Old woman.
I think she's an old woman.
Okay, and then can I wrote out since we're finishing up talking about these movies, I want to talk about something that I wrote the night I finished, which was last night for us. When I finished 3.0 plus 1.0. So my final thoughts were that I really wish I could separate Neon Genesis Evangelion and the Rebuild movies. Because I feel that if one existed without the other, like if Rebuild existed without NGE, I would probably have a higher opinion of these Rebuild movies. And I can see that they wanted to make that separation after 1.11. And once they fully got out of that shadow of the original series, a bit in 3.33, but fully in 3. God, Thrice Upon a Time, as I'm gonna call it. They could be more creative in the story with like Ray Q and having this whole slice of life kind of developing her own life and figuring out like, oh, what is life for this character? But then because it's still an Eva movie, you gotta have the big fucking mechs. And like you still have to like still try and draw in the big mech fight crowd and the oh no, despair. And like I still felt like there were a lot of things that I wished I could have, like we talked about before, Gendo getting off too easily, Sele doing nothing basically, the entire message being polar opposite, which I talked about, Asuka getting no closure, Mari just being introduced to be Shinji's GF with no character, the robot fighting was not engaging, and like, so like for 3.3 for Thrice Upon a Time, I liked it. I thought it was the best out of the rebuilds for sure. And it like did kind of close out the rebuild saga, basically. I feel like its inherent connection to Evangelion as a series held it back of trying to do something fully like interesting and unique. And like obviously you can't get the rebuilds without Eva. And like it was kind of trapped in that limbo of wanting to appease fans and, you know, deliver on expectations while still trying to do something completely new. And as such, I feel like that's why it stumbled so much for the first 3 movies until finally the 4th, they kind of did their own thing, you know? But I don't know. I felt like it didn't have the soul. And I talked about this later. Or I wrote about this later as well. It didn't feel like it had the soul of the Evangelion series and End of Eva. It felt like it was just cashing in on a popular series still. Like, it just feels like, I don't know, man. It's just a fucking show that they made for money. And especially in the ending with Mari specifically, which Mari was as a result of Anno's editors being like, we need a new protagonist or someone for Shinji, etc., etc. And like, so he had to introduce this new character, and yet it still felt just, I don't know, rushed. There's a lot to talk about and a lot to think about, and I don't know, that's where I can see it stumbling a lot for me personally.
Yeah, even though it was over 4 movies, they still had more they needed to cram in.
Truly, it's a pain.
And that's always been a trouble with this series, is getting all of the information crammed in, and sometimes they don't get enough in and the pacing's terrible. Sometimes they almost get it all in and the pacing is better, but you still have big holes. And leave people with their heads scratching their heads.
I mean, that's the Eva way, baby.
I'm tired.
Thank fucking God this is the last Eva. If we had to do one more episode, I would be very, very done.
I would die. Laugh. But there's no more. We watched them all. No.
We saw them all.
Until they make another with Kaji's son as a pilot.
What?
No, that's me making things.
I was like,
what they're gonna do with the next one.
That's
where Pen Pen's gonna get. That's where Pen Pen is gonna.
That's where Pen Pen finally gets his Eva.
Can't believe I was lied to. Thank you, Patreon. If you want to lie to me, join the Patreon again at the 3 A-Weebros at Patreon. I don't know what it's called anymore.
It's patreon.com/3 A-Weebros, or just
P.O.
go to
Box the 3
funky
A-Weebros.
go to funkyanimepodcast.com. You'll get all your information there.
Yeah.
God, we have to. Oh, do we have to do best grill?
Can we pick instrumentality?
No, it's a concept.
I mean, it's a bunch
You
of
pick
people.
the egg.
Bunch
Guys,
of people.
hey guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 100th edition of Who's the Best Grill, Part 3. Part of the podcast where each contestant puts forward their choice for Best Grill of the episode and duke it out for a title of Best Grill. Today our contestants, once again, Pino, Garb, myself, and the Patreon. We didn't ask the Patreon. Oops. Who are you each advocating for?
We didn't ask each other either.
No. Nuh-uh.
I pick Second Lieutenant Sakura.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, true. I pick Mari.
I pick Dilf Toji,
a man of
baby.
class.
Let's go.
No, you can only pick Toji if you pick class rep too.
What?
They're a pair.
They're married.
Okay, I'll pick
With
the
children.
class rep
With a
too.
child. Yeah.
I do pick the child is my child now. That's my baby.
But yeah, I gotta say, I really love, for one, she actually showed up in this one.
she
and showed up.
has a
She's-
corporeal form in this one.
She shows up, and she's not a child. She actually is an adult.
Yeah.
And does
Wowie
wow
adult
wow.
things. She contributes to the makeup of the
To
show.
the greater good of
And
the cause.
She smacks Shinji. That's one of my life's goals.
To smack Shinji.
Me
And,
too.
Yeah,
Wow.
and cry.
Oh.
And she's had some shit, and she loves her brother.
Yeah.
And she's a
She also knows how to
healer,
shoot a
and
gun.
She's good.
She
she
knows how to
does.
shoot her commanding officer.
No hesitation.
No hesitation.
I respect that in a woman. That's all I need.
Hey,
That's yeah.
you know, she's great and everything, but she can't pilot an Ava, dude.
That's fine. Neither can I.
Don't you want to smell like LCL, dude?
I'm fine.
Dude,
You
probably smells like
can
cotton
smell
candy.
like it. And,
I don't know. Actually, it
and-
probably
and
smells
get
like
your
sweat
best
anyways.
girl. It smells like blood. They told
Oh,
us.
blood?
It's like, yeah, it's like irony.
Well, call me Alucard. Sign me up, dude. Anyways. I picked Mari because Mari showed off the fact that she can parachute out the sky and smell you and carry a normal conversation, which is something I dream of doing. I'm already smelling right now. Anyways, I don't know. It was just refreshing to have somebody who wasn't a complete just angry person. It was nice to have somebody with emotion, somebody that was happy, quote unquote happy, just wanted to be there. That's
No
kind of
one's
like I want to
truly
be.
happy.
And wasn't
Just want
a
to be there,
rehash.
just like, hey, the story's happening, but I'm here, dude. Just chilling.
I'm just along for the ride.
Exactly. And who wouldn't want to be along for the ride? Plus, she's got glasses.
Fuck, you got me there.
Big tits.
Yeah, I got glasses. It obviously makes her more menacing because she's got glasses.
Yeah, it's true. She has a more evil aura to
That's
herself.
Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah,
I admire that in a woman.
absolutely.
I admire that in a woman. Oh boy, I don't like.
I think you mean
Boy.
a woman because
a woman.
Vile.
Woman.
It's true. Vile and Wunder. Woman.
Unter Kraut. Ooh.
you don't have to defend Toji. We get it.
Yeah, honestly, I respect
Yeah, I
that.
respect that.
I really did consider it. That's why I had that munition ready of you have to pick them both
Yeah.
because I considered
Guys,
picking them
Toji's
both.
Almost pick
goated.
Ken.
Ken's good.
Yeah, he actually did something.
Guys, Toji's goated though because he's a doctor by name and a good father, and
Yeah.
class rep's a good mother.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I got for you.
And their kid is cute.
Yeah.
They got a cute little baby.
And they won't turn into orange juice, I can tell you that.
Let's hope.
But yeah, if you want to tell us about things, guys, email us at funkyanimePodcast@gmail.com.
We
That's
also
it.
apologize that we forgot to ask the patrons.
Guys, I'm a little bit sorry, but also
It was Toji. It's
Toji.
Toji.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
always
it's
Toji.
Toji.
It's been
It's,
Toji.
it's Dilf Toji.
Tell us why it's Toji in the email.
Guys, email us why it's Toji. Guys, we got one email.
Nice.
Being a
Thank
good
you,
question.
Brady, for sending this. The title is Confess. What are some
Wow,
of your no, it's not as saucy as you think it is.
Oh.
What are some of your guys' guilty pleasure anime you watch?
Oof. I thought you were just gonna say guilty pleasures.
Don't
if
laugh like
manga
that, Pino.
counts-
I don't even know.
Guilty pleasure
If
anime.
manga counts,
I mean,
I guess mine.
I'm gonna open this up to manga because I have quite a lot of those.
Yeah,
What does-
because I don't really have any guilty pleasure anime because Dragon Ball Super's not airing.
But what is a
but
guilty
for
pleasure?
me? It's definitely
It's something that isn't maybe not specifically good, but you like reading it anyway.
Got you.
yeah. Well, and that's how I felt about I don't know a lot of shows that we've watched. A recent new Dragon Ball is not very
It's
good,
true.
but I still enjoy it. I don't know that last chapter. Of
I
Super
mean, World
was
Trigger.
cool.
It's kind of stinky, but I really love it.
Hey.
Hey.
You haven't seen what you don't know what I know. You don't know what I know.
Season 1, World Trigger. I'll put that instead.
That's my guilty pleasure. I mean, you already know. I watched it like three times, twice. Twice when we were supposed to, and once when we weren't.
Oops.
But I won't choose that as mine.
Yeah, I don't know. All of my shitty horror manga that I read,
Let's see.
like
There we
Like-
go. Now we know all of you don't watch shitty anime
watch
because you
shitty
read
it's not
horror
shitty
manga.
though. It's good.
Pretty shitty.
Like the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. That's great. It's a great horror manga. You get what's it called? The Double Crossing, Kanjo Mokanjo. The Double Crossing one that was made into an anime recently. No, My Son Is Probably Gay is a good manga. Hitomi-chan to Shy with Strangers. I mean, like, they're not bad as much as they are. They say nothing. They're just cozy and fun to
They're
read.
nothing.
They're just like junk food for me, and I love reading them. And there's a new 100 Girlfriends chapter that I'm gonna need to read.
I don't know
but
what
that's-
a guilty pleasure is.
A Guilty Gear Strive.
That's the smell of the game. That's not.
Smell that game, Pino.
I don't know.
Allergy season.
Yeah, it's really rough this time
Duck
around,
season.
dude. You know what my guilty pleasure is? I'm gonna say it. It's watching Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, the complete version. That's my guilty pleasure.
Where is mother?
I'm not crying.
I'm not crying.
That's my guilty pleasure. I'd always just be down to sit down. Like I won't pay attention until Sephiroth and Cloud fight, but it's something I'll play in the background.
Shoutouts to our filler episode of that if you haven't seen it.
Shoutouts to all our filler episodes.
Actually,
Actually,
shout out to Update 2.
dude, shoutouts to Update 2. Man,
Guys,
we're ready.
Well, first,
We watched Eva.
does anyone want to talk about the movies in general before we rate them? I felt like I kind of jumped into Best Grill before letting other people talk.
I had a better experience watching the movies than the anime. That's all I gotta say.
They're more to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can watch them.
I
you know?
almost
You
considered rewatching them.
Pino, that's
I
bad.
almost considered them. Yeah. 'Cause I
But
felt
you
like I
didn't.
missed something. Yeah, and until we had this episode, until my friend sent me that link, and I was like, "Ah, shoot, I didn't miss anything." They
Ah,
missed
shit, never
everything.
mind. I'm done.
We're all confused. Got it.
You're confused. I'm fucking confused.
It's nothing but gabagoo from here, dude.
Nothing but goo and gaga. Oh man.
I think I'm ready to rate this thing, man. This is actually 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, this is like 2 hours.
Wow.
Who wants to rate first?
I've already got my rating
Yeah,
ready.
go
man.
for it, boss man.
I'm going to give it a 3.33.
You are an evil man.
So 300ths higher than what you gave the original series. Good.
Yeah. But not as much as End of Eva.
I mean, yeah, mine is not even remotely close to End of Eva.
So 3.33. That's what I think of
That's
it.
very fair.
You want to go next, Chuck?
Also,
I mean,
'cause
I
that was
can
the
I can
title
go
of
next
the one.
if you have longer formulated thoughts.
I kind of. don't know.
Pino likes to ramble with his ranking, so I'll go mine next.
I'm an old man. Just leave me alone.
I'm giving it a 2.9.
Wow.
I'm telling you, the first 3 movies were not my cup of tea.
My cup of LCS.
I was gonna say
jam.
a cup of jam was what I was gonna say, and I'm like, I don't know if people have cups of jam particularly.
No, they don't.
So, but it really wasn't. I just felt like, especially the first, like when they try to differentiate from the original series, they took out a lot of the things that I thought were interesting, specifically about the more interpersonal conflicts that can only be told with a longer form story, and having to cut it for a movie, while understandable for flow, doesn't work well in my eyes. So it just, while it is better, then I feel like overall it is like slightly better than the original series. It's nowhere close to End of Eva. So if I had to recommend one over the other, I would recommend the original series and End of Eva over these movies.
Yeah.
And it hurts me. But like, that's just how it be. That's how it do. Pino?
Do I do it for the memes, or do I
Do it for the
Do it for
memes.
your mom.
am I really gonna give this a 3+1?
You're giving it a 4?
Yes.
I'm thinking about it. I had
No
fun.
fucking way.
I had fun.
Pino.
This is the first time I've enjoyed Evangelion since the opening, okay?
But there was no opening in this.
I know, but they had that one song saved everything for me.
God, Pino.
Let me explain. So, I'm glad that there were movies. I'm glad that I didn't get a weird feeling in my stomach like I thought I was going to watching the series. But I'm also upset that I didn't, because I was expecting something bigger and better. I think they were close with the rebuild movies. But again, as like you said, it kind of fell flat with a couple movies. 3 was egregious. I don't want to think about 3 anymore. 2, I don't remember 2. 1 and 4 were pretty good. But 4 really kind of just, I think I was able to see as to why people like the series, or love it as much as they do. I don't love it as much as
I don't love it as much as those people do.
But I appreciate what they were going for, especially the types of themes they touch, because not a lot of media goes into like, kind of like forgiveness and like with Shinji and his dad, and like just all the kind of like the dark stuff, like with like I don't know. It's just it's so strange. It's weird to say, because I'm also thinking of it as a series as a whole. And I need to separate that. So I'm not gonna meme it. I can't do 3. I can't do 3+1. I can't do that.
God bless.
But I am doing it a little higher than I did End of Eva, just because I did like it a little more than End of Eva. I'm gonna give it a 3.7, just because I like the entire ride.
All right.
Okay. Understandable. Have a good day.
Guys, we did it.
Guys,
Holy shit.
I'm so excited
Finally.
to never do that ever again.
I'm gonna have a moment in my
And we
life
get
saying I'm
to-
gonna rewatch it, but it's not now.
I will rewatch End of Eva and maybe the original series. I don't think I'll ever rewatch. Well, I don't want to say never, because I'm gonna have the fucking nostalgia flu like I always have, where I'm like, I could do for another Eva watch through, because I have
not in my stomach.
because I have brain rot, but it's
We'll see how we're still feeling when we do the season in review.
Maybe
yeah.
it's another one. Maybe it's another Eureka 7, dude. Maybe I just.
I mean,
open
Eureka
up to
7
it.
was good though.
Yeah, I think I rated this higher, though, didn't I?
Huh?
Did I rate Eva higher than Eureka 7?
I mean, probably because you hated Eureka 7.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, you gave it a 2.7, boss.
I gave it a 2.7.
Yeah, you hated it. Remember?
Jesus.
Hey, that's what we got year in review. That's what we got year in review for, boss.
God damn it.
Honestly, I don't remember Eureka.
Eureka
just
7
remember
had
soccer.
Moondoggy.
And
And
Moondoggy
surfing.
Don't
pounding
remember.
his girl while Renton was lost.
They had fucking goated music.
I just really didn't like Holland.
I mean, Holland was kind of a little bit of a dickhead.
Holland.
I liked the goo. They also had Tang. Well, not Tang. It was Mountain Dew because it was green.
Mountain Dew. I equated that to Jello.
It could have
Yeah,
been. It could have been lime green, yellow.
Lime green. Yeah, I like lime Jello. I don't know. It's pretty
Yummy,
good.
yummy. Oh, hey guys.
What are we watching?
Again,
else
it's
you watch?
not Eva, guys. It's not. It's not Eva.
But it's another funny word, right?
We're watching something better. Like Peter, it's going
we
to
don't
be
know
better.
yet. We haven't watched yet. We haven't watched it.
Yeah,
I
how
can
do we know?
guarantee.
How do we know?
I
How do
will
we
bet.
know this?
Because we're going to be watching Love Live Sunshine, the school idol movie.
Is this
Over the rainbow. Over the rainbow. We are finally coming back to our roots. It has been too long since the last time we watched Love Live. Last time we watched it was when we did the movie fucking eons ago at this point, it feels like. Yeah, episode 56.
It's gonna be great.
Wow.
So almost like 2 years since the last time.
Wow.
Another show with Amari. The Great
But a better
Return.
Mari. But a much
We get
better
Mari's mom, Desu.
Mari's mom. God, see now I'm smiling. I'm happy now.
Sorry.
Yes.
I can't speak Japanese.
Shiny.
So, I just want to let you guys know right now. I know the episode is ending. Just want you to know that right now I am about to just hit the play button on one of my favorite tracks. What was that? What was that called? What was that song called again, Chuck? The one that you keep saying that I keep forgetting.
Come, Sir Todd.
Yeah, I'm playing that in the
Sir
background.
Todd.
Again, it's fitting. It's
Yeah, I'm gonna
working.
play the piano in my ears as we time out from this.
Absolutely. I'm glad we finally watched it. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not every day you can say a podcast has never once none of the hosts watched the show or the series.
Yeah, and we've done it now. We are now eternally changed.
We eternally changed.
Psychologically
Maybe
damaged.
I
not
am
based. May have lost half the fan base. May have upset some wiki admins. But I'd like to thank them all for all the information
Not
they gave
the
us.
first time.
I mean, truly, we wouldn't have gotten anywhere without Eva Geek specifically. So thank you guys who, shout out to all fan-run wikis. Really appreciate it. And
Thank you to the patrons again.
Yes,
They
absolutely.
were very passionate in the neon jellyfish chat, which
Yeah.
Garb, I think, who named it the jellyfish?
That
Who
was
changed
me.
the
It was me. It was Neon Jellyfish Evanescence.
Evanescence. I can't believe it.
It's-
But you guys, I went back to read because I this time I respected the spoilers.
yeah.
So I just want to let you know I respected the spoilers, and then I went back and I'm like, wow, these guys are
That's
awesome.
the first time you've done that
I really do.
in any chat.
It's true. Pino hates spoilers. But I really appreciate
No, he loves clicking.
having that output to discuss with all of our viewers, and like if you want to join in on this, we'll be doing
Yeah.
who knows how much longer, probably for a while. No sign of stopping now, right? 100 episodes in.
Hell yeah.
And it's I'm very excited for the next 100.
Absolutely. And oh boy, we have some stuff to show you later. Don't worry. We're going to have some fun. Just give us some time.
Maybe by 200 there'll be another Eva movie.
I hope not. I God hope don't. See,
No, that's when we'll watch the Madoka movie when it finally comes out.
oh my God, I hope not. But yeah, seriously though, like as much as we joke and have a good time of just being dickheads and
Yeah.
having a time, like really do appreciate, who'd have thought, right? 100
Yeah, who'da
episodes.
thought?
and
Who'd have thought you'd be
being
yelling at us that we have bad taste instead of us telling we have bad taste?
it truly is something that, like, you know, we're not doing this for money. We're not doing this for fame. We're just kind of
We're having
hanging,
fun.
and I really appreciate that people can enjoy that with us.
Absolutely.
Just fapping.
Just fapping around, guys. The classic line that Pino absolutely loves.
No. What?
It's never gonna be the same after end of Eva. Now it all comes together.
This is, you know, this song makes sense. It says, "I can't turn back time. Now the guilt is all mine. It's our fault. We watched Eva."
It just happens
Can't forget
to
the
the
past,
best of
dude.
us. But once again, 100 episodes. We've been the Funky Anime Podcast. Does anyone else have anything to say before I sign off?
No, dude. If your mom's in a Mac, I'm sorry, but tell her you love her still.
Yeah,
Right.
we've been the Funky Anime Podcast, as always. I've been Chuck, Pino to my right,
Yeah. Here I am.
Garb to my other right,
Dude,
and
I'm over here.
a lot of rights.
I mean, I'm always right.
See you in 200 episodes, baby.
Tell your mom you love her. See you guys later.